sucks.
Lesbian.
I like that in a woman.
And every other kind of deviant.
I love paying for sex.
This moral decay weakens our resistance to the onslaught of the communist masters of deceit.
We're a bunch of scumbags.
These abnormalities are corrupting the minds and the hearts of our children.
Jackass.
And yeah, we're back. Where have you been? It's depressing and horrendous. It's awful. A bunch of idiots.
Perversion for profit.
Here it comes! Here it comes!
The Opie and Anthony program.
El virus.
The Opie and Anthony.
God, that irritates me.
It's just like somebody took a bat to my brain.
We're the only radio show that makes you want to hate us.
Opie.
I want my coffee.
Anthony.
I want that fact.
Jim Norton.
I want Ozzy. We are going to dumb this thing down to the point that we're going to be #1 with Down syndrome children.
Hysterical.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
And good morning to you. Ho ho. Can I touch my things? Are they safe? Can I use my slide whistle? My other whistle?
Anthony's a little pissed off. Just a little pissed off today.
A little annoyed. People around here.
Want to say hi to the pest.
Yes, of course.
Want to say hi to the fans. Want to say hi to the listeners.
The casual listener.
The casual listener.
That might punch out of our show every so often. Maybe listen to the Trucker Channel or 70s or, I don't know. What else is there over here?
The casual listener that doesn't know who's who. And doesn't even give a shit.
Just has gotten a laugh every so often, and every so often he checks in.
Is Opie talking? Is Anthony talking? Is little Jimmy talking? I don't give a shit.
He don't even know. He goes, what's that guy? Johnny Norman, I think. Johnny Norman's funny on the show.
I listen to Open the Knee and Anthony.
Open the Knee and Andy. I listen to them, and they got this, I think he's a comedian or something. Johnny Norman. Like they won't know.
They don't care, but they listen.
But they listen sometimes and laugh. Hello to you two.
Yeah, Deep Tracks is really boring, so all of a sudden they pop on us for a minute or two, and then back to Deep Tracks to hear Jethro Tull do a 35-minute song.
Not everyone's hardcore.
Jesus. Holy cow. We get it. You play the flute.
That's great. Great.
Oh, my God.
20 minutes of that.
And then you got the hardcore listeners that know where we live, know all our phone numbers.
Yeah.
Know our credit ratings.
Every appearance.
This is a twisted job we have. If you could call it a job, I know.
It's great.
So what's wrong with you today, Anthony?
I don't know. I get an email last night from maybe somebody in our organization. I don't want to, point fingers or anything. But apparently, again, I guess one of Ron and Fez's interns. Is that what he does? What?
He's our intern?
How did that happen? Wasn't he a Ron and Fez guy?
Swap.
It's like a fucking whorehouse, this place with the interns. They swapped, huh? I don't know. All of a sudden, I'm getting pictures of him in my seat using my bullhorn. You know how sacred my bullhorn is?
Yeah, it's pretty sacred.
I wash my hands after urinating, and then I don't touch anything. I do that for a reason. I don't like people. I don't like their germs and things all over. This is something that goes against my mouth. Right against my mouth.
Right on it.
Right on it. I don't want other men's mouths. Broke-back bullhorn. That's what I got now. I've smashed 3 of these so far. Right? E-Rock has seen. He's had to go out and purchase more, and I've had to pull money out because, goddamn, they don't go for shit over here. I have paid for my own bullhorns. It's tax deductible, you know. And
you're turning Jewish.
Oi, I'm not. Stop it.
What are you saving up to be, Anthony? Jewish?
Jewish? Hey, Delta.
I wouldn't even know that's tax deductible.
I don't fucking know.
Is my cab fare tax deductible?
Probably is.
Yeah.
Of course it is.
Whatever.
So I'm getting pictures of this gentleman. The fuck is his name?
Bobby.
Bobby. I didn't know he didn't have a name tag or anything. Sitting in my seat, using my bullhorn. You know, the instant replay, which I don't care, you know. Like I said, I wash my hands. I don't think he's digging his fingers in his ass or anything and using them afterwards, although who knows. But
how about up his nose or in his ears?
Well, that could be kind of disgusting, too.
Just point it out.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Sure.
Johnny Norman. And, well, I just pictures, and then I hear this video of it, because Danny came in, and because Danny knew, and E-Rock knew. When they saw this, they went, Anthony's the easygoing guy. I understand. I come off like the very easygoing, friendly guy, which I am. I'm very friendly to everybody in the place until lines get crossed. Then I'm more of a fucking maniac than this guy over here.
Can I make an observation?
Greg Opie Hughes. When I snap so badly. Like, I think E-Rock saw it once. He saw the wrath once. Another Ron and Fez jack-off saw it once. Harry, he saw it. A cabbie saw it Friday night when I was driving home.
Yeah, but it's just...
Oh, boy, did he see it.
Yeah, but it's just a lot of yelling, and they know that. You got to pop one of these guys in the face really
You think
hard.
a punch will do something at some point?
And then the legend grows. Look at my stuff. It is exactly how I left it.
You've hit people? Jesus.
You know that. Not interns.
He hits people.
I've been in 3 or 4 fights live on the show.
Yeah.
And look, because of that, everything is exactly how I left it last night. Because Ron and Fez didn't do a show yesterday, so I was able to keep all my stuff out. No one was touching my stuff yesterday.
I'm too friendly and easygoing.
No,
yeah, no one was in Opie's seat. Would you ever? Let me ask you this. Okay. Would you ever have sat there and fucked with, because since Ron and Fez were not on yesterday, Opie left instructions, just leave everything here. That way we come in for today's show,
and it's all
and
set.
Everything is just like it was when we left the show yesterday. That's very important. Would you have sat there? I'm asking you honestly. Would you have sat in Opie's chair and started fussing with anything over there? From the most smallest thing.
I really didn't think about it. Probably not. Yeah, but that was the closest seat, and there was someone in the jump seat over there. So,
but no, really I mean, let's say everything was wide open. We'll be hypothetical here. Would you even have thought of sitting there and fucking with Opie's CDs?
No. Well, between the two of you,
why? I would like to know why.
Because he's a little scary.
He's a little scary. Right. He's a little scary.
I'm telling you, man.
Okay.
You got the yelling down, Ant. It's good, but you really need to pop somebody.
No,
just one pop is all
I'll tell you, I would love that, but it really isn't in my nature. but there are other things that are in my nature. I can be the most vindictive fucking prick ever. I would get you thrown the fuck out of here and laugh as I watch you walk down the street to the sad Hulk music. And then sleep like a baby that night. Sleep like a baby. This only happens. I am like a lion or any other animal that sees the carcass they just took down being infringed upon by a hyena. don't think twice about just biting the neck, and that's it. They don't think about it that night. You think the lion sits down and goes, I kind of felt bad I had to take that hyena out. You know?
I bet it doesn't.
No. That's me. I'm very cordial to everybody in here. I smile, I say hi, but there is a hidden rage inside of me that I swear to you when it comes out. Yes? Opie, do you really want to hit that? I am not in a fucking mood. Exhibit A. Exhibit A.
Yes.
The bullhorn. There it goes.
Ooh, that was outrageous.
No bullhorn today.
But that was outrageous.
No bullhorn.
You should have smashed it.
Someone might get to use it. I'm sure during your show, you'll get to use it.
In all fairness, it wasn't like a malicious thing. It was just the way it transpired is Eric was in the studio, and it was me and Bill speaking about when we have a show, what is it going to be like? And then Eric kind of jumped in and wanted to discover us and produce our show. So then
they're doing radio on the planet Venus now, because that is the only fucking place I can see you two doing a show, is on the planet Venus.
Well, it was kind of a goof, and then, you know, Eric, I don't know, it could have been sarcastic, but who really knows with him, that he said, oh, why don't you go sit in Anthony's seat? And I said, joking around.
Right here. Now we see. Ladies and gentlemen, there is the shove off, the passing of the buck. We have seen it happen. It was right in front of you, right there. We saw that E-Rock is now responsible for what happened last night.
E-Rock was not responsible for what happened last night. E-Rock was sitting there taking photos of Bobby, just going amongst his business.
Because E-Rock knew this is something that just should not probably happen.
But why'd you suggest that he go in Anthony's seat?
I didn't, Jimmy.
Oh,
he's lying.
What happened here?
Now you're lying?
I'm not lying. He was looking at singles cruises or something, remember? And then, you know, we were talking about the show, and you're like, oh, if you want, I'll help you out. You know, I think he was being serious. And sarcastically, probably, he said, oh, you know, why don't you see how the big seat feels? And then, you know, I kind of just moseyed over there, not to play with anything, but, and it just kind of, and then Danny ran in with the camera, and I knew I was bagged. There's nothing I could do after that, so I just kind of was just joking around. It was like a goof.
Bobby, you were not set up. You did this on your own. Danny just happened to have the camera, walked in and goes, hey, Bobby, what you doing?
You were already snapping photos of me when
but no one told you to sit in Anthony's chair.
You said it joking around. It seemed like a joking around manner that you said, why don't you sit in the big seat?
Right. Like I told you, oh, pick up the bullhorn and go, hey, this is Anthony doing Ronald Reagan. You turn on the bullhorn and go, hi, I'm Anthony doing Ronald Reagan.
Oh, there were little impressions of me done.
An impersonation, perhaps?
Oh, an impersonation. Well, that's clever. All right. We have that?
Do we have some audio?
I would love to hear it.
What was that you were just playing with?
Bullhorn?
Why were you playing with it?
Because I was doing Anthony Cumia doing Ronald Reagan. Well, see?
Do it again, Bobby.
Well, see, it's Anthony Cumia doing Ronald Reagan through a bullhorn.
Do some more Anthony impersonations.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Anthony bit?
Well, I like when he does the Mike and the Mad Dog when he did.
Do some for me.
Gotta give him credit. When he does the gotta give him credit.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. And it's like, well, dog.
Elmer Fudd.
It's Anthony doing. I should probably sit in his seat if I was.
Oh yeah, you should do that.
Oh, there you go. All right, it's on tape.
Wow, sounds just like E-Rock.
I should probably sit in his seat if I'm going to do that.
That point was not my voice. That was Danny.
No, I know. I was kidding.
But I was in the seat already, and he was taking a picture of me already, and I figured I was done no matter what. I realized, you know, as he's snapping shots of me, what am I going to do now? So
that this was probably not a good
idea. But
yeah.
It wasn't like malicious. Like I wasn't goofing. I was just goofing around in general because, you know, goofing.
I don't mind the sitting in the seat. I mean, you know, Ronnie sits here for his show. Another professional in the radio business, just like yourself. And, but, you know, the bullhorn thing, it just, that's what got me.
Understandable.
Yeah.
I wasn't like,
I don't want to just
we got more audio, though.
More impersonations.
Funny.
Okay.
And it's like, well, dog. Yeah. It's Anthony doing. I should probably sit in his seat if I was.
Oh yeah, you should do that.
Do an impression.
Yeah. Because it doesn't make any sense if you're sitting at that mic.
Yeah, this is the mic. So like if I was Anthony, I would just be sitting here and I go like that. Oh wait,
There you go.
Did you? VR. That's the place to be.
See? Or I could do, like, which one would be the car crash? Would be...
Very last one.
That would be me crashing. Well...
You're throwing all my cards.
And he touched that. And that.
Uh-oh.
Why don't you go through the replay, find that drop that's of Vince McMahon going, "You're fired."
The attitude dictates that you don't care whether she comes, stays, lays, or prays.
Do me a favor. Go through this here. Write down some phone numbers.
Okay, I'm nervous now.
You know how to do Google searches and all that shit, right? I want to do either. Erotic cake bakeries in the New York City area. What about that other one? I can't find the place. Travis says one name and I'm not seeing it. These are the erotic cake.
Yeah, this one's definitely better.
I'm Anthony. Hi.
There's my bullhorn being
Look, there's Bill over there. He's being open.
Again.
abused.
Or E-Rock in the jump seat. Daddy!
Oh,
that would be him doing.
yell into it, more spit flies. Yeah.
So many fun little toys around here.
Tell the story about your dad and you in Capistrano, California.
Listen up.
I'm so wasted.
That was my skull. I'm so wasted.
Daddy's just filming.
You know, it would be a funny gag if you took Ant's mic screen and then rubbed your balls on it and not tell him.
I would never do that. I would never do something that would be
very smart.
That would be perceived as evil. And
Dan,
wrong.
on the other hand,
I'm not trying to, be a dick.
You got a comedian.
Yeah. Well, the comedian seat's there. You want to be on? We're doing a mock Opie Anthony show. No. Bill's gonna be E-Rock. Could you be Jimmy?
Bobby, do your Anthony impersonation for Nathaniel Travis.
Ready? It's Anthony doing Ronald Reagan through a bullhorn.
Well,
see, that's it. That's the impression.
Awful. You have fun tomorrow, Bobby.
Oh boy.
Someone's got a hard on for airtime.
Good call,
Dan's got to really wrap it up and put the realism right into it.
That was just 3 minutes of awfulness.
That was really awful.
Holy crap. What the hell goes on around here after we leave?
That's just it. I have no idea.
The games begin as soon as we leave the studio.
I have no idea.
Well, that was wonderful, Bobby. Thanks for wasting 20 minutes of our show.
Yeah, that was
your stupidity
good.
from yesterday.
That was good.
But how come you said Eric said to get in the seat when you clearly said, hold on, you clearly said I should sit in the seat?
Yeah.
Well, it was being sarcastic because I was in the seat already before that while he was taking pictures, and then I got out, and then Danny came with the camera, and he said, "Why don't you get in the seat?" And I figured I was done already anyway, so there was no turning back after that moment.
All right.
And you now work for our show?
Yes.
How'd
that happen?
Who'd you trade with?
Yeah, who traded?
Originally, I think it was supposed to be Ray, and then he got a different job, but I don't know how. I don't know if there was a specific trade. But
how much airtime did you get on Ron Fez?
A lot, actually. I thought I did pretty well.
I remember hearing you a lot. That's going to change, my friend.
Obviously.
You are what is now known as behind-the-scenes guy.
You are now known as Coffee Boy.
Coffee Boy, behind-the-scenes guy, and never to touch my shit again guy.
Yep.
That's who you are now.
You're now known as Stop Trying to Make a Big Splash guy.
Right. How long have you been working for this program?
I guess since January, the middle of January, I think was the...
Really?
Yes. Well, I try to stay out of everybody's way. It wasn't, like...
Good job.
It was just joking around after the show. We usually joke around, but never to...
Just joke around.
All right. Can we start our radio show now?
Thank you. Thanks. Hope you enjoyed your airtime here on the Opie and Anthony show. Hope you got a lot of tapes of you on Ron and Fez.
Let's go to Fuzzy in Connecticut. Fuzzy!
There he goes.
Yo, I'm getting the fucking douche chills listening to this guy. This guy's a hack. You need to get rid of him immediately, please.
All right. Thank you, Fuzzy.
Yeah, man.
Goes to a cubicle in the far corner of the office to sit down and reflect on his past glory on the Ron and Fez show.
Whew. Holy crap. Let's go to No Filter Paul. Paul!
Hey, good morning, guys.
Do you think of anyone else besides yourself?
Yeah, I think I'm going to prove I'm thinking of you guys in about the next 10 seconds here.
No. No. Why are you calling?
Because I'm going to be giving out...
No. Why are you calling? Because you asked me if you could call the program, right?
Yep.
Because you want to promote something, right?
Yeah, I'm going to give out...
So why do you decide to call right in the middle of the beginning of the show where we're getting into all sorts of shit? Were you listening to the show at all?
Yeah.
Like, maybe you could have, like, picked a better spot to call in?
I was going to sit on hold until you guys were ready for me.
Dude, I said you could call the show, so at 7:01 he's calling the show. It's like, relax. Call a little later.
Okay.
Everyone knows the first half hour to 45 minutes of the show, we don't need any phone calls. We're usually busy with what happened last night, what's happening this morning. But you have to jump right in because your thing is so important, right?
I just had to set my alarm because it's 4 a.m. in California right now. That's why.
So you even woke up at 4 a.m. to make sure you call right away.
Could have slept.
Okie dokie then.
No, dude, you really annoy me on a level I can't even explain. All right, get your plug in because it's so important that you do it right at the beginning of the show.
Well, okay.
Like, right in the middle of all that stuff where we're trying to figure out what happened to Anthony's stuff and Bobby coming in and all the guys with the video and stuff, Paul calls just because he doesn't give a shit what's going on the show.
No.
And he needs to get his thing in immediately.
No.
Go ahead, Paul.
That's not true. I just waited on the hold for you guys. Okay, anyway, I'm going to be giving out WOW stickers to the ESPN Zone tomorrow night, Anaheim, California, 8 p.m. at the NHL bar. That's it. Anyone wants a WOW sticker, come on down. And feel free to hang up with me now. Hey, and as a fact, punching out.
Holy crap.
Yeah, he really...
Like, he has no sense of timing whatsoever. You know, there are times it is so obvious not to call the show because all hell's breaking loose or might be breaking loose, you know?
Yeah.
He just added... what he had to say had nothing to do with the beginning of the show. It might be more of a personal thing, I understand, but it just drives me nuts. Because I said, yeah, call the show and we'll get a plug-in for your thing you're doing in California. That's fine. 7 o'clock as we sit down, it's ringing.
There's the phone.
It's like, you know, stop.
And he would have sat there for, what, hours tying up that phone line?
That's what we probably should have done.
Yeah.
All right. So you threw the bullhorn away?
Yeah, I got this one now.
You got another one, though?
Hopefully this is the, this one will work.
Hey. Well.
Is it really?
I guess it works.
Why doesn't Danny come in and tell Anthony that? Because Danny was videotaping.
What, do you use that one too? Yeah,
I have no idea. Danny?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Anthony was just using that bullhorn.
He used that one too, didn't he?
Probably. I
heard on the tape he goes, "This one's better" or something.
It's all on video, so if you'd like to review it.
No. Wouldn't. Rather look at you guys in the office on the weekend than that tape.
So what goes on here after we leave?
Well, I mean, I have stuff. We all have stuff to do, so I don't know what Bobby's doing. I don't know. I mean, to tell you the truth, I don't even know what E-Rock was doing in here after the show.
Ooh.
No, I'm just saying he was in here. I just don't know what he was doing. No, I wasn't trying to shit on E-Rock. I really wasn't.
E-Rock was setting up things with, I don't know.
With places.
Bakeries.
But I just remember seeing Bill and Bobby in here looking like they were having a ball, and I figured it would be a perfect time to break out the old camera.
And then this morning, Bill writes, he wrote some script for some short little thing. It was like 3 pages long, and it was about my life in California again. Like, he wrote this story that had nothing to do with any... Like, you could take what I've said on the air, the stories, and make it into a story, but this is nothing. It was like, I'm living in a shithole of garbage, and my father woke up drunk and tried to shoot me, so my brother hit him over the head with a baseball bat. Like, I read the thing and promptly tore it into 1,000 pieces and threw it away. Bill, you're fucking insane. You are literally insane.
Well, Bill's like, you're kind of like a writer, right?
Oh, yeah.
A writer? If you mean that by he can take a pen, put it to paper, and letters will come out and form words, all right, I'll give him that. But as far as, where did that story come from? It was not based on anything I had spoken about on the air. The closest thing was a gun was involved, and I grew up with guns. Everything else was, I woke up under a pile of newspapers and garbage. My brother woke up under a deflated kiddie wading pool, and to a yelling degenerate vagrant who turns out to be my father.
Do we have this script? How long is it?
I ripped it up.
Why is Bill making fun of that?
I have no idea.
Wait, do you have a copy of this still?
Yeah, I could go print it out if you want me to go get it.
Please do.
Yeah, we got him.
Yeah,
Please do.
How many parts are in this thing?
It was a promo. I was throwing it out for the show.
We have to check this out.
About the tales of you in California.
But they're nothing like what I... yeah, there it is.
There it is if you want to tape it back together.
They're nothing like what I have explained. I've told many, many stories about me in California when I grew up in San Juan Capistrano. None of them included waking up in a shack with garbage on top of me. You know, I always lived in a house. I had horses, for God's sake. I grew up. I got a beautiful pistol for my birthday, and a family friend to have sex with, and it was wonderful. It was a wonderful time to grow up. And he has it like my father's all fucking hammered drunk, and my brother's got to hit him over the head with a bat or he'll shoot me.
There's also
my loving father I lost 10 years ago. That you're joking about, my friend.
I don't like everybody shitting on my friend Anthony today.
Jesus H. Christ.
I don't like it.
Wait, give me a copy of this, too. We all need copies.
I wasn't cheating on you. It was an homage.
Can you...
An homage? If homage is French for shitting on you.
By the way, I got to admit, this is a very strange way to begin our radio show. Now the phones, I can't answer any phones. Nothing. See, look, nothing happened, so we have to deal with that.
Reboot it.
Hey, wait, can we get another copy of this? Because I'll be the narrator. Anthony will be Teen Anthony.
Do I have to audition?
Yeah. Jimmy, you'll be the Derelict. And
the Derelict, that's it. The Derelict is my 10 years dead father. Thank you very much, Bill. Jesus Christ.
Why do I get the sad part?
Derelict.
All right.
Well, there's also a great promo that Bill wrote where Steve jumps out from behind a dumpster to give kids pornography.
All right.
I really like
At
that
least
one.
that's based in some kind of fact.
That's a documentary intro.
Where's that script?
I think it's in the room.
I think this kid has talent. I think Bill has some talent here.
Talent?
Yes, I think he does.
In pure fantasy?
All right, narrator, this is a promo you want to make?
Well, I thought I throw a lot of ideas around to Steve about different types of promos that are on the breaks, and this was one idea, and I don't expect most of them to go through. That's why I make so many.
They all should go through. With a little disclaimer, another crazy promo by intern Bill. Narrator, yes. Phones work. Thank you, E-Rock.
This monologue should be over simple music, by the way. Oh, my monologue?
Yeah, your monologue.
What's simple music, Bill? What would that be?
I don't know, something with a violin in it.
And why did you want to use the hammer
Sweet Tender
cocking
with a
sound
violin?
effects?
Oh, because that...
Well, dude, it gets insane.
When you read it, it'll make sense when it gets to that point.
Can we use that audio for this?
I don't have a cocking thing. I just have things firing.
Wait. Oh, I thought you meant that video that we checked out yesterday. As part of Guess the Sound. I saw a hammer.
No,
I saw hammer cocking.
That's click click.
And I thought that was the video from Guess the Sound number 4 yesterday. Is that video up on opieandanthony.com, by the way?
It's linked up, yeah.
It really should be up there.
It should be.
If you were listening to Guess the Sound yesterday, the fourth clip was the guy with the dildo in his ass and his huge cock, I guess. He was swinging it backwards to hammer it into his
ball
own ass.
bag, yeah.
Oh, that was his ball bag?
Ball bag.
He was moving so fast, he had no idea what it was. All right, here's the narrator in intern Bill's promo. All right. You might know him as the host of a popular talk radio program, but few know the real Anthony Cumia. Growing up in a broken household and then relocating to an even broker household in Capistrano, California, Anthony Cumia lived a life of irresponsibility and danger at the hands of a neglectful parent. Thanks to the internet, a journal kept by a teenage Anthony Cumia has surfaced and became open to the public. These are those stories.
February 24th, 1978. Dear Journal, it's me again, Anthony Cumia. Today was another normal day. I woke up frigid. The newspapers and garbage bags I used as blankets were all over the floor. Joe was fast asleep under his deflated wading pool. I snuck out to get a glass of water, trying as hard as I could not to wake Joe or the nest of raccoons in the dirty laundry pile. When I stepped out of my bedroom, I was startled to see all the furniture turned upside down and stacked against the corner of the room. In front of the door was boarded shut. I was confused until I turned around and realized I was looking into the barrel of a .357 Colt Python held by a pantless derelict.
I'd love to if I had the page.
Jimmy doesn't have the fucking page. Jimmy doesn't have the fucking page. There you go, Jimmy.
Now, what's my motivation? Who the fuck is you? What are you doing in my house?
Dad, it's me, Anthony, your son. Don't shoot.
Who, what?
Wait. Oh, the smell of wild turkey and burning rubber bands emanating from him made him queasy?
Grammatical error.
I have 2 copies of page 1, and I'm missing page 2.
I see what happened.
We're in the middle of this dramatic reading here. You fucking incompetent asses. It's 3 fucking pages. All right, why don't we start over? Oh, God. Because it was sounding good. We got the other sound effects, by the way? All right, well, Anthony will do the hammer cocking sound effect. And then the music plays out through the whole thing, I guess?
Right.
All right, here we go. I took my pants
Where
off.
are we going from?
We're going to start over.
Oh, Jesus.
And who's going to play? All right, Jimmy's playing the derelict. Who's playing Brother Joe? And who's playing the woman?
There's a woman in here.
E-Rock, you play the woman.
E-Rock.
Well, he's looking at singles cruises. Make sure we get back to that.
Ew, what a douche.
Anyone else hear that? Mike and Philly.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, man.
When Bob was talking before, he said something about E-Rock surfing the net looking for singles cruises.
Yeah. Please, let's not forget that E-Rock said that. We'll get back to that in a little while, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Do we have all the parts?
We're coming. They're putting out more. We also had other scripts that...
Other scripts we're getting from...
Look at this idiot that IM'd me to tell me he just got Pal Talk and loves it. Thank
cool.
you. I pardon you, asshole. Don't IM me!
Unless it's important or unless it's a funny joke.
Ever.
Only if it's a funny joke.
I pardon you.
Anthony's losing his fucking mind. I love it.
But you came real close to your first and last day.
Little by little, every day.
Chip.
Just a little more.
My
Anthony
sanity
goes away.
My sanity's like a big piece of granite. Chip.
I absolutely love it.
His girlfriend's going to walk in the room one day. He's just going to be hammering boards across the door.
What are you doing?
Help me.
All right, we're getting all the scripts together.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to try this again.
Everyone have their parts?
Hey, what do you mean by the smell of wild turkey and burning rubber bands emanating from him made...
Yeah, I only wrote this. I didn't even go back and change everything.
Wow, really?
Usually,
you know what?
Usually I write it, and then if it's a bad idea, I trash it. If it's not, I go back and do a lot of revisions with the help of Steve.
You do.
All right, so everyone's got their
didn't.
part? Uh-huh. I'm narrator. Anthony's Teen Anthony. Jimmy's Derelict. Who's Brother Joe? Who wants to play Anthony's brother? Than, come on in here.
Ooh!
Than is Brother Joe.
His acting debut.
And E-Rock will be the woman.
Let's see if something works here. No. I ain't got nothing like... I need a cocking sound effect.
Yeah, but you could just do that.
I'll just do it,
That's
but I mean
easy.
for future reference.
E-Rock, you're going to be the woman. Make sure you play it up, all right?
Right.
Here we go. Derek, hit the music. This is intern Bill's idea for a promo.
His idea that makes no sense and is based on nothing of any of the stories I've told in California.
Well, it was going to be a running promo. There would be more of them if you liked it, which you don't. So
I
there
just
won't be
don't
more.
understand where it comes from. This sounds more like your life put into mine in California. I had a wonderful life in California. I had a horsey.
I want Steve to produce this anyway.
Oh, you just ruined his week.
Oh my God, Steve is trying so hard to get out of this.
All right, yeah, but he could be a much better narrator, and someone could imitate Teen Anthony. It could be fun.
Oh boy,
and then you got to be more of a Teen Anthony.
All right, you got to be a better fucking narrator.
I'm gonna try.
Your narration stunk on ice.
I like my narration.
You ever watch?
Very dramatic.
Do you ever watch investigative reports? You ever watch any of those shows?
Bill Curtis.
Bill Curtis is a narrator.
I can't do Bill Curtis.
Well, then do something like Clockwork Orange. Your humble narrator.
All right, hit the music. You might know him as the...
I like that.
You might know him as the host of a popular talk radio program, but few know the real Anthony Cumia. Growing up in a broken household and then relocating to an even broker household in Capistrano, California, Anthony Cumia lived a life of irresponsibility and danger at the hands of a neglectful parent. Thanks to the internet, a journal kept by a teenage Anthony Cumia has surfaced and became open to the public. These are those stories.
February 24th, 1978. Dear Journal, it's me again, Anthony Cumia. Today was another normal day. I woke up frigid. The newspapers and garbage bags I use as a blanket were all over the floor. Joe was fast asleep under his deflated wading pool. I snuck out to get a glass of water, trying as hard as I could not to wake Joe or the nest of raccoons in the dirty laundry pile. When I stepped out of my bedroom, I was startled to see all the furniture turned upside down and stacked against the corner of the room in front of the door was boarded shut. I was confused until I turned around and realized I was looking into the barrel of a .357 Colt Python held by a pantless derelict.
Who the fuck is you? What are you doing in my house?
Dad, it's me, Anthony, your son. Don't shoot. The smell of wild turkey and burning rubber bands emanating from him made me queasy.
Who? What? I'm not Anthony. You're not Anthony. Who the fuck is Anthony? Who do you think you are?
Dad was obviously having one of his spells, and I didn't think quickly. If I didn't think quickly, I'd be dead.
Fuck you! Fuck you! You're dead! Ha 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 ha!
Goodbye, cruel world.
I'll save you.
Thanks, Joe. That was another close one.
No problem, brother. You never know when I'm going to need you to save me.
Oh, my head. What happened? Did I do it again? I'm sorry, kids. I'll tell you what you both can take the week off from school.
Hooray! Three cheers for Daddy! That's when I realized what the word family really means.
What's all the noise out here, honey? Is it the DEA again?
Baby, nothing. Nothing at all. Now blow my kids, whore!
That's my pop!
What the hell?
All right, after the read-through, I don't find it that bad anymore.
See?
Well, I had to step out of the realism of it.
What would you like to do next? The Steve C. dumpster promo or the acknowledge another significant moment in Black history?
Oh, yeah. Jesus. We should end with the Black History one, I'd imagine. Let's do the Steve Dumpster one first.
Ooh, we're all acting.
You are a madman, Bill.
We love Bill.
A madman.
All right.
These are coming out better than I ever possibly imagined.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Dan.
Intern Bill, what's this one about?
Which one? The Steve. This one was just another, like that one, a promo that would go in between breaks, and this one stars Steve, though.
All right, let's get Steve in here.
We got to know what who everyone is.
Okay, there's two little kids walking home from school, and the school bully comes up and offers them drugs.
All right, who's the school bully?
Jacob.
Jacob's the school bully. Who's Bert?
Little kid one.
Little kid one. Melissa.
Little kid two.
Little kid two, and Jacob again, the bully. Then Steve is Steve C.
Yes.
And that's the entire cast?
Yeah. And narrator's also Steve C. It goes in and out of calling him narrator or Steve because I switched it so many times.
All right. Here you go. Well, Steve then, as narrator, has to deliver his lines as the narrator, and then as Steve has to be Steve.
Well, it's always Steve. Just I forgot to change some of the Steve.
So Steve is the narrator too?
And yeah, same character.
All right. I think Jimmy should be the bully.
Yeah.
Ooh. I think E-Rock should be the woman.
Of course. He did such a great job playing the
Is
woman.
he Melissa?
That was fun. He'll be Melissa.
You're Melissa.
And
I'll be Bert.
Anthony should be Bert. And that's it, I think.
What's the bully's name?
Jacob.
Jacob. All right. All right, everyone got their parts?
Nice biblical name.
They're junior high school kids.
And they're frolicking home as this?
Frolicking home.
as this takes place there,
Should
Bill?
there be some
yes.
kind of happy, frolicking music that
like
turns ominous?
It's like an 80s anti-drug ad. Is
All
the
right.
inspiration for this one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right, let's...
Oh, I can't go to the phones again.
Oh, boy. Gonna have to reboot that.
All right, don't worry about that. Let's get the problem.
Steve,
Although there's some great
get your
phone
acting
calls coming in
chops.
right now.
All right.
Steve liked this one.
Did you like this one, Steve?
I don't know.
Just say you liked it.
All right, fine. I loved
I'm
it.
going to play mine like Beaver Cleaver.
Ooh, attaboy, Ant. Way to get in character.
Little innocent little...
What kind of
kid.
music do you need here, Bill?
Like 1950s sitcom music, like the background music.
Yeah, that kind of
I think I
very
have
good.
some, actually.
type of...
All right, let's get some 50s
something
sitcom
like
music.
that. Phil's directing
This
and
is the
producing
weirdest
and
beginning
writing.
of a radio show ever.
I don't like the fact I only have 2 lines. I'd like some revisions to this script.
Okay, I'll get right on that.
I thought you were the star of this, Jimmy.
No. I only have 2 lines. I mean, I'll accept it. It's called a cameo. I don't mind doing it. It's an independent picture.
This gets you some street cred, is what
Yeah.
it does. It keeps you off of those big blockbusters that make it
Absolutely.
look like you're selling out.
Absolutely.
2 seconds. I'll get it.
All right, what's happened there, E-Rock?
Steve's
He's
running
getting some 1950s
to get the music because he knows exactly where it is. He's Steve. It's right under a trout
Yes.
and some small mammal he killed earlier before hibernation.
It's between his milk and rape films.
Oh, wow, okay.
So happy you guys like my stuff.
Oh, it's terrific.
I mean, you like the sex offender jingle I wrote, right?
Sex offender
Derek's got it.
jingle?
All right.
Can we
We're gonna
produce
have to-
some of these, Steve?
Oh, poor Steve.
Well, the
Well, you know what? Now,
I would like
now,
to go home at some point.
The angle is like obviously pointing
Now-
out how crazy intern Bill is.
I don't mind doing them. It was the question was always, would they get used? You know, instead of me spending 2 days producing something that got.
Look, I think if you're going to do them, the opening should be like a movie where it's like a Bill, whatever the fuck his last
Right.
name is, production.
Sure, right.
And really pump it up, that it's a Bill production.
Right.
Of course, I wouldn't do it without that.
Like,
And
disclaimer.
right after you say that, just do this.
Can I please point
With
out?
big movie thing like dun 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 dun. The following is a Bill production. Dun 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 dun. Something huge.
Roar.
Dino De Laurentiis or
Right.
something.
You'll get it back in a second. Fucking Hawk highlighted his parts.
Oh my God.
He fucking took a pink highlighter and highlighted Melissa. Here. Now read it.
I did it
stupid.
too. I did it too.
Oh.
So fine.
All right, come on. Here we go.
All right, let's get the music. Hey, you want to go to my house after school and play Pokemon?
Hey, what are you kids doing?
Oh no, it's Jacob Goldowitz, the local bully.
You kids want to smoke pot? Come on, be cool. Have a toke.
Hey, kids, do you know who I am?
Oh my God, it's ex-bouncer Steve C., producer of the Opie and Anthony show.
Wow.
Curses! I'll get you next time.
Kids, you don't need drugs to be cool.
Really?
That's right. Being cool is not something that can be gained by smoking a joint or shooting up heroin.
Oh!
The only way to be cool is through pornography.
Oh my God.
Yeah, this is some quality smut. Hey, how old are you?
12.
Here's my card. Call me in 2 years.
You gotta dust your...
Dust hands off. Well, I guess my job here is done. I suppose I'll be going.
Will we ever get to see you again?
I shall live in your hearts forever and ever. Thanks for believing.
I have no sound for that one.
Wait. Grr. Grr. Grr.
Was it Steve flying away?
Yeah. Hi, this is Steve, and I may play a superhero
Hold
on
on,
the...
we're gonna back
Oh,
up.
sorry.
That's not very announcer, Steve. I hate to criticize your work.
I apologize. I'll do better next time. Just...
All right, you got the sound effect of him taking off it?
Yes.
You have the better one. I have this one.
That's a good one.
All right, we'll use that. All right.
Maybe the intern can come in and do it.
All right, go back to... well, we could start over, actually.
Oh, boy.
It's a quickie.
Am I too menacing? I'll take it down a notch if I'm frightening anyone.
You were scary. I like it.
You were very believable, Jimmy.
All right, good. A lot of people tell me that.
All right, two junior high school kids frolicking home. Take two.
Hey, you want to go to my house after school and play Pokemon?
Hey, what are you kids doing?
Oh, no, it's Jacob Goldowitz, the local bully.
You kids want to go smoke some pot? Come on, be cool. Have a toke.
Hey, kids, do you know who I am?
Oh, my God, it's ex-bouncer Steve C., producer of the Opie and Anthony show.
Wow.
Curses! I'll get you next time.
Kids, you don't need to do drugs to be cool.
Really?
That's right. Being cool is not something that can be gained by smoking a joint or shooting up heroin.
Oh.
The only way to be cool is through pornography.
Ooh, oh my God.
Yeah, this is some quality smut. Hey, how old are you?
12.
Here's my card. Call me in 2 years. Well, I guess my job here is done. Suppose I'll be going.
Will we ever get to see you again?
I shall live in your hearts forever and ever. Thanks for believing! Hi, this is Steve C., and I may play a superhero on the Opie and Anthony show, but I will not always be there to help a kid in trouble. So remember, parents, pornography is always a safe and healthy deterrent to drugs and alcohol. What could be more important than a child's health and well-being? The more you know.
That's wonderful.
You left off your
I
hum.
like Jimmy's bully delivery better this time around. I think you get better every time.
I got more in character.
You
I felt
really
more menacing.
did. I was feeling frightened.
I'm mad that you didn't do the harumph.
I didn't like it either, Ope. I didn't want to say anything.
And Opie's Foley work was fantastic.
It really was.
He did the shoes walking away, the porno box dropping on the ground. Wonderful.
I have one writing critique.
Oh,
it should be, how old are you? 10. Here's my card. Call me in 2 years.
Right.
If you want accuracy.
Because 14 is completely acceptable and
Yeah,
takes away from the joke.
Absolutely.
This is the last one? This is which one is this, Bill?
I wrote this for Black History Month, and seeing I was on a time basis, I guess it would. I was think it wouldn't be used because it's almost.
It's
February's
still
almost
Black
over.
History Month.
Yeah.
Right? I checked my watch.
All right, what kind of narrator voice do you need here, Bill?
Well, the way it was going to be done, I guess, was he was going to do his deeper narrator voice and then just do himself as Steve.
Yeah,
like a black man.
A different voice.
Yeah, but Steve can't do both right now.
Yeah, so you could do narrator and Steve can be Steve.
Anthony will do narrator.
Do narrator.
Anthony's
All
got
right,
the,
I'll be the narrator.
The good voice here. Violin music, we got any of that?
What do we need? Yeah? Should it be violin music?
Well, the first part is just like a guy talking. How
about some jazz music, Derek is saying?
I think it should be something a little more, black. Yeah.
The second part, it's like Steve is sitting by a fire, and like it's crackling in the background, like reading a book, and like you come in, and it's like, oh, hello there, I didn't notice you come in, like that thing. So, but jazz will be good. We could use that.
Something mellow though, mellowy jazz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we got some. All right, here we go.
It's time to acknowledge another significant moment in Black history, as brought to you by the Opie and Anthony Show, with your host, Steve C.
Why, hello there. I didn't see you come in. Probably the most overlooked of all holidays, Black History Month is probably the most important month in all American history. Without the acknowledgement of white people, the black population would surely fester and die from starvation.
Holy Jesus!
Do I have to read this?
Oh, you do.
Where I lost my place.
You might as well back up.
Yes, and make sure you say probably twice.
You know
the way
what?
It's written.
All right, cut the music.
All right.
Oh,
probably should have pre-read this.
Well, no, it's been
wow. No, it's good you didn't, because I am, and oh my God.
All right, take two on the Black History Month promo written by intern Bill. We got a hit on our hands. I can't wait for more scripts from Bill. Here we go.
It's time to acknowledge another significant moment in Black history, as brought to you by the Opie and Anthony Show, with your host, Steve C.
Well, hello there. I didn't see you come in. Probably the most overlooked of all holidays, Black History Month is probably the most important month in all American history. Without the acknowledgement of white people, the black population would surely fester and die from starvation. When you take away all their superhuman physical abilities and high blood levels of THC, you quickly realize they are people just like you and me. Pull up a chair and I'll lend you a tale that's woven into the fabric of America, the legacy of the Underground Railroad. It was the year 1849, and after escaping the rule of her slave master, a young Harriet Tubman hijacks a passenger train traveling north on the Pennsylvania Railroad with nothing but a peacemaker in one hand and a cool beverage in the other. Unbeknownst to Harriet, her actions on this day will set another staple in the African-American community that will continue to terrorize white people to this day. Back to the story. After kicking Whitey off, she derailed the train and proceeded to careen the locomotive through the prison-like walls of a local plantation. With the train filled with new friends, it set off a new destination, Canada. Oh, woe is me. Look at the time. I hope you'll join me again soon for another look into the past. God bless us, everyone.
This has been another acknowledgeable moment in Black history as brought to you by the Opie and Anthony Show. All right, and he's a complete racist, so...
Wow, Bill.
Not only is he a lunatic, he is a complete racist.
How's that racist? He's just reporting what happened.
Is that the Underground Railroad?
Of course it is.
I didn't know she had a gun and a drink and hijacked a train to crash into a plantation.
I'm pretty sure I read that somewhere.
Yeah? All right.
Who is she, Truman Capote? Ascot?
All right.
Wow.
Intern Bill, everybody.
Intern Bill.
We look forward to more scripts in the future.
Now, there's a man that will get some airtime on this program.
Yes, of course.
Right. And thank you very much.
All right, there you go,
Bill.
All right.
Security.
Hey, Bill.
Oh, he did stop for a second.
Yeah, you
Of course
got
he
him.
did.
You got him.
We should take a break, and we'll start the Opie and Anthony show next, I guess. We got lots to do today. Derek, get us out of here. You're checking out the Opie and Anthony program on XM Satellite Radio.
Hi.
We like to call it the One virus. Want to say hi to Elvin in Yonkers. Elvin, what's up?
What's up, fellas? I got to bring up that video I saw yesterday on your website. Oh, my God. Holy shit, was that horrifying.
The video from Guess the Sound from yesterday's program?
Yeah, the guy using his nutsack as a ping-pong paddle to pang the
ping-pong paddle.
So that was the most disturbing footage I've ever seen, even more so than the planes crashing into the towers.
This guy was using his ball bag, which seemed to be huge and swollen. Huge. And he had a butt plug up his butt. He was assuming the frisk-type position against the desk.
It looked like a huge butt plug, too.
Yeah, huge. And he was swinging his sack back and forth so hard that it would flap up and smack the back of the butt plug and slam it in a little harder.
And it wasn't just that. I mean, the sound that he was making, that was not human sound. Dude, that had to be dubbed. That sounded like the Incredible Hulk. It didn't sound like a normal man.
He was screaming with pleasure.
It was disturbing. That's all I got to say.
All right. Is the video up on opieandanthony.com? Definitely, yeah. We should give this clip to Patrice O'Neill for Web Junk 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, VH1 will love it.
Let him play that one. Oh.
Thanks, guys.
All right, there it is. We're checking out the video
Is that his bag or his dick?
It's moving so fast. It has to be his ball bag.
Got to be his bag, because where would his bag be?
It could be tied up.
That has to be his ball bag, right?
It doesn't look like dick. It's got too much mass at the end.
I don't know what the hell's going on there.
That's all ball bag.
Does he have something that he put over his penis?
No, that's all
his ball
nutsack.
bag?
Dude, don't try to fight it. It's just what it is.
Here's the audio from yesterday.
Holy shit, Yahoo, indeed.
Yes, go to opieandanthony.com to check out the video.
Damn.
All right. Hey, we were talking about germs and stuff to start the show.
Little bit.
Little bit. I mean, you got the soap and everything, right, Anthony?
Somebody put that there yesterday. The Purell hand sanitizer. I really never use this stuff.
I don't think you're that bad, actually.
Only occasionally at an appearance. If I can't get in to wash my hands, I'll use that before I eat something or drink.
Or if you grab a ketchup and there's something on it, you can go, let me use that.
No, not even. Just club soda on my hands.
Yeah? Yeah. I remember being in Woolworths with my friend Dean many years ago when I was like 14. And we were eating at the counter, and he opened the ketchup bottle and just like licked the top around.
Oh, fuck.
Awful.
What a creep.
And then just put it back, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then Jimmy was commenting today about how all the pens are half chewed and stuff.
I throw them out when I see them.
This is a half chewed right there.
Who's chewing the pens?
Are they chewing themselves? Who's chewing them?
Someone's chewing the pens.
Someone's got the nervous habit
Derek?
that they got to chew the...
I will put them in my ass. I will put the pens in my ass cheeks. Believe me, I'll do that.
Please not do that.
I'm just saying, if people are daring me, I'll fucking do it.
They'll come out chewed.
Could someone please come in here with a pen in their mouth?
Strong rectal muscles.
Could someone please come in here with a pen in their mouth that they're chewing?
Who chews them?
What would you do if you saw that?
But I wouldn't assault the person, but I mean, I will
put him up your own ass.
I just want to see if he's all talk. Danny, chew that pen.
I'm not putting it up there with his saliva on it.
It's already chewed.
No. You don't understand what I'm saying. No. Cool.
No.
What I'll do is, what I'm saying is, not in front of people, but I'll put them in between my ass cheeks, so the next time someone
clean
chews
pens,
them,
you will throw up your ass.
Yeah, because then if the guy chews them,
Yep.
he's going to be chewing on Jimmy's ass.
All right, here we go. There's
Now all you really need to do is do one of them, right?
Now I'm doing two.
All right,
if
Jimmy,
you do two and mix them in, no one will let
Jimmy now has two pens up his ass. All right, throw them back in, mix them all up, and now...
Oh, God. Oh.
Good luck to the person that loves to chew on pens.
Oh, shit. No, good luck to the person that wants to use a pen.
Nah, they're fine to use. Gobble, gobble.
Fucking Jesus Christ. This could be one of those days.
He's just destroyed all the pens.
I didn't mean to make it hot like that by spinning in a circle, but you got to give people a little show.
Well, we got another picture of Jimmy's ass if you want to check it out.
Plenty of those.
It'll be up on the website very soon.
How did I look spinning? Was I dainty?
Most downloaded ass on the internet.
It really is nice.
Jimmy Norton.
I'm like Danny Ash.
Anyway, Good Morning America did a whole piece on a radio DJ that hates germs.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I don't know which... do we know this guy's name?
Like in a crazy way? Hates germs?
Is he anyone we know in the business?
No, it's not actually a whole piece about a DJ. They were doing a piece about some of the germiest jobs to have, and radio DJ happened to be one of those.
Wow, really?
Okay,
well, yeah, you are dealing with a lot of people's other shit. I'm sure a dealer, like a dealer or a croupier or something in Vegas is another one of those jobs that are just disgusting.
What's a croupier?
It's one of the people that run the roulette table, other gaming things.
Isn't he just a dealer?
No, dealers are with cards.
So a croupier is a what?
It's somebody that runs the roulette table. Usually any game that doesn't involve cards. Cards are dealers.
But he's just a guy.
You've never heard croupier?
No.
I'm a croupier.
Anyone else ever hear of croupier?
It was gray, man. The cards were gray.
How do you know this crap?
I think I saw that one on Discovery.
Forget Aristotle and fuck Socrates. Here comes Professor Anthony.
The guy knows a little bit about everything.
I try, just a tad.
And we hate you for that.
Oh, with a passion. Croupier. We just nod.
So do we know what the number one dirtiest job is?
If I recall, yeah, I think it was a teacher.
Teacher,
a bunch of sick kids.
Yeah. Good thing they don't mention pornography, where everyone's got a cold and a dick is being stuck in you unprotected.
Yeah.
Fucking assholes at Good Morning America.
Yeah, is that mentioned? Porn star?
How about Garbage Man?
No.
Yeah,
oh, good, but they really hit all the dirty ones.
How about the guy that has to kill rats in New York?
No.
There are guys in New York, that's
virus.
That's their full-time job, just to kill as many rats as possible. Rat killer.
Well, Jim mentioned garbage man. I used to haul trash for private sanitation, and I was, oddly enough, never sick.
Is a nurse in there? Or hospital worker?
No, I believe second was doctor.
Family doctor
Yeah.
has to be up there.
All right.
All right, well...
Teacher over doctor?
I believe so. I think that's the way it went.
How is that? You're working with sick, fucking contagious people.
Kids are awful, but you're not scooping out of their diapers like you are with, well...
It has to be a teacher. The classroom has 20 kids. The odds are, there's a sick one.
Yeah, and they all give it to each other, and now you're in a room with 20 sick kids.
They're sneezing on their papers, and you're grabbing them. And
But in the hospital, everybody's sick.
Yeah. No, but like a family doctor, you're coming in because you have a broken bone and for other things.
All right. Teacher.
I'm thinking teacher, too. Radio DJ number 4. Germiest job.
A new study unearthed the truth about the germs, the bacteria, the viruses you work with every day, and the results are not pretty. Take a look at the germiest jobs from the top. Teachers won't because they're around little kids. Accountants, bankers, maybe because they shake hands, and maybe they have trouble laundering money. Radio DJs, doctors.
Oh, she skimmed right over radio DJs. Radio DJs was 3?
4.
It was 4.
No, it's not.
And doctor was 5.
Wait, she said teacher.
Right.
And then she said...
I think second was like banker or anybody who handles a lot of money.
Accountant and banker.
Right here.
And then...
A new study unearthed the truth about the germs, the bacteria, the viruses you work with every day, and the results are not pretty. Take a look at the germiest jobs from the top. Teachers won't because they're around little kids. Accountants, bankers, maybe because they shake hands, and maybe they have trouble laundering money. Radio DJs, doctors.
Accountants, bankers seem to be one job.
But it can't be.
Yeah, it is.
No. You're an accountant or a banker.
Accountant, banker. It's somebody in the money handling business.
Yeah.
I think that was because she said accountants, bankers under one, heading. I think radio DJ's number 3.
Over doctors.
Yeah. Why would radio DJ? She just skimmed over it without any explanation. Is it the fact that your mouth is shoved where somebody else's fucking mouth was?
Like on your bullhorn?
Yeah, my bullhorn.
I think it has to do with radio DJs going to write something down and then taking a pen that's been shoved up someone's
ass and putting it in their mouth.
Or that people have been touching and handling, and then the fucking dummies are chewing on it. They're eating it.
And that pen is somewhere in that pile of pens right there.
Right away, boys.
Maybe it has something to do with people in the back office touching their ball bags. And then
Good job. Yeah.
All right, more on...
I think she's right.
Well, they're gonna.
Disgusting.
I think she might explain a little further here. The radio
I hope
thing.
So.
The water fountain in that section is no good?
Well, I wouldn't go near it. There was hundreds of thousands of bacteria in that water fountain. But your phone is actually pretty good, and your office is better than average. Actually, TV media does better than radio. Radio has much germ in your offices.
That's strange. Why?
Because I don't think people are watching me as closely maybe when they're on radio.
That's funny.
It's a hoot.
They're not watching as closely as television.
I would love to answer the phone.
Are they saying it's just filthy people are in radio? Yeah, the phones have taken a complete shit today.
All morning.
There's all kinds of prompts coming up just telling us that we can't use it. Errors.
And we lost a lot of really good phone calls already.
Yeah. I'll just call back.
I'll just guess who's on the line now because now we have no screening.
Unknown.
And I don't even know what that symbol means.
That color is unknown. There's a little house. It's like Pac-Man.
Ooh.
All right, we'll try again in a second. And finally, one more dumb clip about this.
I want to get back to the business about shaking hands because we do that all the time. And I think it was Donald Trump, I heard, who said he doesn't shake hands. And that is something that people do. In general, I mean, if you could wipe out shaking hands, would you?
Well, I think it would be better to bow. I think the Orientals
That's why the Japanese don't have germs as much or something like that, right?
That's right. That's a good practice, actually, I think. If you're going to shake hands a lot, just remember, wash your hands a lot because everybody's handing you their germs.
He uses the new the new racist term, Oriental, the latest one. He said the Orientals do that. Wow. Don't you know they're Asians?
Yes. What happens? Well, occasionally a dink will approach you.
A bow could be good if a slope wants to say hello.
Good to see you, zipperhead.
That's a good gook.
Well, a lot of times what happens is the jigaboo will high five, but as we all know, the filthy kike likes to make the pinky promise.
Oh, Oriental. Well, great. We're in a filthy job. Where is that Purell?
You know what?
What?
Carlin raised a good, because he's such a genius, raised a good point in one of his specials about germophobia, and he was saying that he never gets colds because he doesn't shy away from shaking hands or any of that stuff. There's a certain amount of it you do need. There's a line between filth. You know what? Handshaking is fucking fine. Just wash your hands.
What about,
not right now,
no
Anthony.
one's going to wash their hands.
What about money, though? Money's
exactly.
really dirty.
I don't know if money holds germs.
By the way,
as well
Anthony
as hands.
doesn't think George Carlin is brilliant.
Yes, he does.
Not anymore.
No, he doesn't.
He was.
Oh, I love him more now than ever.
He was. I watched his special recently. He's just now a bitter old guy. There's nothing left of the old, fun, not mean-spirited all the time George Carlin. Now it's just about fuck this, fuck you, fuck everybody. You know, all right, we get it. You're angry.
I like that though, because it's like he's beyond the. This is why I like it. He's beyond the point of having to he's done so many hours of material. I mean, he's got like 12 hours of individual material.
Yeah,
amazing, and he just doesn't care about a pee. He doesn't even want applause breaks. Okay, thank you. He just wants to plow through.
Yeah, plow through his shit.
But he still hits you with stuff like fucking. He closed with a bit about there being no God on a live special. I'm like, what a fucking brilliant observation that is.
But he's he's got these great observations and thinks, he's got these ideas. It's more like ideas that are going to save the world. How about some comedy? It's these monologues that go on and on. Shut up.
Dude, he still makes me
Where's
laugh.
the joke?
Colin likes his old stuff. Me and Colin argued one time. He likes his old stuff better, too. I haven't seen his new ones, but like the last one I saw is You Are All Diseased, and I like that better than anything I ever saw him do before.
Because you're a lunatic.
Dude, it's just mean. He fucking just shits on people. I love that. He doesn't want their applause.
I don't mind the shitting on people, but make it funny. I don't find him funny anymore.
I haven't seen this.
I watch it. It's like you're being lectured by an old bitter guy. It's like your fucking neighbor calling you over and just bitching about shit in his life that pisses him off.
I just love it.
You don't want to burn that bridge, do you?
No, I really do love him, man. I love Colin.
That bridge.
How do you not love him?
Speaking of no God, another example of there is no God.
Yeah, these come up every so often, don't they?
Man sees sister die in Long Island Railroad horror. Oof, one of the stories we didn't get to last week. A woman rushing to her church.
Ah, there you go. Going to praise God.
And killed by a Long Island Railroad train yesterday as her brother looked on in horror, police and relatives said.
How do you get hit by a train? Aren't they really big and loud? How the fuck do people get hit by trains?
Sneak up on you.
They sneak up on you. Ding, 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 ding. Boom! They don't sneak up on you. You can hear them coming a mile away. They're rattling down the tracks. Rattling.
Yeah, you feel everything shaking.
Vibrations. How the fuck do you get hit by a train?
Sometimes you just don't see them coming.
There are plenty of ways to die in this world. Plenty of ways. And most people have no clue how they're going out. I can guarantee I'm not getting hit by a train. I will guarantee that. If I do, if I go out getting hit by a train, you have permission to laugh at me.
All right.
No, you're going to go out in a boarded-up place under police fire. Or a self-inflicted gunshot wound. They're going to find you in your Nazi coat with a hat on and fucking black Nazi gloves.
Next to your body, a bag filled with your own nails that you had to save.
A bunch of Purells empty. They find it in your stomach and your esophagus.
That would be great. That would be great. News report just talk about how many ridiculous amounts of weapons they found in my house and ammo. Love when people go out like that.
Yeah. Well, this lady died rushing off to church.
Rushing off to church and gets hit by a loud, big chunk of metal on metal wheels.
You would think God would go, yeah, you know what? Not today.
It's on a track. They can't even swerve to hit you.
Right.
It's not like, well, I was walking and a train swerved. You know, it saw something on the tracks, so it swerved and hit me and then went back on the tracks and was on his way. It's a track. You can only get hit by a train if you are in between about a 6-foot wide swath. Unless something really bizarre happens and the train derails, but that rarely happens. People that get hit by trains usually get hit on the tracks. You know you're on the tracks! Holy shit! The better chance of one of those cartoon-type situations where a safe falls on your head when the guys are trying to crank it up to that window.
Because that happens every day.
You just never know, though. You could be walking, there could be a safe over your head. You don't know. There's no safe above you sign.
That was the dumbest thing growing up. All the people getting hit on the head with safe.
With the safe or the big grand piano.
Right. How many of those did they have to load up to the 10th story?
Plenty of people getting pianos through their window.
Well, you never saw like somebody on the other side of the tracks that you needed to talk to, and we're running along, yo-ho, and the train sneaks up on you?
Well, we got a guy that works for the railroad. Let's see how this is possible. Brandon in California.
What's up, buddy?
Hi.
Hi.
Hey, this is how they get hit out here, man. They'll sit there and they got those iPods, and they're walking down the track, looking down, listening to the iPods. Smack.
Who walks on the train track with something blocking their hearing, not facing the train?
That's true again, sir. Just because you can't hear,
all the time.
You know you are approaching a track.
They got signs out here along the railroad tracks that say 1-800-SUICIDE.
Really?
I will take pictures. I'll send them to you guys.
What do they do when they call and they give you the train schedule? Like, all right, just stand there for about a half hour.
6:15 should be coming through soon. That's your next choice.
I'm trying to kill myself. Well, look, we had track delays. You'll have to wait.
Nah, it's just, and plus when we work out here, the wind's blowing. You can't hear the train coming the other direction.
Yeah, but you're on the track.
It's the way it is out here, man.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey, guys.
Was she walking or in a vehicle?
She was running.
All right, running, because I think that one guy...
to church.
That one guy is saying they pull up bumper to bumper.
Right. What's this about?
Craig? Hi, Craig.
Why is there a buzz on the phones today?
Yeah, there is a wicked buzz going on, but what's going on?
Hey, the reason these people get hit by trains is they pull up bumper to bumper at the crossings.
Yep.
Trying to get across because they can't sit there 10 feet back and take a chance that they miss the light at the next intersection.
Here's another thing I've seen that I've never, ever done in my life. You pull up to the train tracks. Somebody is across the tracks, stopped. You pull up right behind them on the tracks, waiting for the light to turn green. Dum-de-dum-de. You ever see the ding, 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 ding when someone's in there and watch the panic on their face and laugh at them?
Do they drive through it? You have to drive through the thing.
Well, sometimes they're pulled up so close to the guy in front of them they can't.
Go around them, hit something, do something else.
Right. You got to get off the track, but you shouldn't be on there in the first place.
Right.
Unless you can make it completely across, you don't fucking stop on the track, but you see it all the time.
Craig?
Yes.
Thank you so much. I would love to hang up on you, but I now can't hang up on anybody.
Oh,
Why
Craig,
can't we
part of the show.
The radio
Opie
show
Anthony,
is yours.
Jimmy, and Craig show.
So say whatever you want, because I can't look, I can't get rid of you.
No. Thank God you're a fan and not trashing
Craig,
us.
you just say whatever the hell you want, because I can't get rid of him. Look.
All right. This is my dream come true. All right. See you guys.
Don't hang up, Craig. We need you.
All right, now I can hang up on you. Until
There he goes.
Until that problem happens for the 10th time this morning.
Yeah, there's like a weird squeaky humming noise.
Nate
coming
in
out
Florida, what's up?
Hey, guys.
What's up, Nate?
Hey, I'm an Undertaker. How about that?
Hey, there's a cute little job to have to go to every day.
Back of the van right now.
What's in the back of the van right now?
A 77-year-old woman.
Hey, dude, please, can you do this? Can you pull over and go in the back of the van for a second with the phone?
What do you...
Nothing bad. Can you do that?
Hold on.
Please?
You just picked up a 77-year-old?
Yes.
Oh, my God. And the connection to the desktop director DD2 has been lost. Assistant producer is changing to passive mode.
Hold on. Is he
That's
still
how
there?
we have to answer phones.
I'm still here.
Don't fuck with it. Don't fuck with it.
Don't touch it.
Just don't touch anything. Don't touch anything while this guy's on the phone. What did she get picked up for? Natural?
Yeah, she was at a assisted living facility.
Yeah, assisted dying, apparently.
Well, yeah.
Don't make it sad. So you're killing my fun here.
So she's in the back. What did you put her in?
She's on a gurney, wrapped in a sheet, covered in a shroud.
Oh, okay.
A shroud.
So her face isn't visible.
No. She's covered.
It's the Shroud of Ethel.
Right. The sacred Shroud of Ethel. Or some other sexy name. Gertie. What's her name? What's her first name?
No, don't say it. Don't say
I
it.
can't say.
Yeah.
I can't divulge any information.
Because the guy's already playing. He's already playing with us here. So let's
hear
keep
ya.
it very
Okay.
basic.
Dude, I really wanted him to go back there and slap her face on the air. I wanted to hear him slap her face.
I can hit her with a taser if you'd like.
Smack old Gertie in the face.
I wanted to hear him smacking her face. Her final resting place, she's on his shoulder on 280.
No,
having her
that's
face slapped on a radio.
Very, very serious felonious offense.
Oh, shit. I don't think that's a felony.
No.
Oh, absolutely.
She said she wouldn't shut up.
It's got to be misdemeanor.
Drop her off at Starbucks. Just prop her up for the afternoon.
Or, dude, quote-unquote, accidentally open the back door and drive away quickly so she rolls out.
Dude, what's she wearing?
A hospital gown.
A hospital gown? Is it open in the back?
Yes.
Can you maintain an erection on the radio?
This is really twisted, man. This is not right.
Oh, God damn, that is
Love
awful.
the show, guys.
So,
It's awesome.
so you're going back to the funeral home?
Yeah, she's going to the funeral home.
And then what? You slide her in a little icy drawer for a little...
And put her in a cooler.
Put her in the cooler, and then the family comes and makes some arrangements, and you embalm her.
The arrangements are made.
Will this one be getting...
I picked up Terry Schiavo from the medical examiner's office, took her to the crematory.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I'm
got
in
a celebrity.
Pinellas Park, yeah.
Wow.
Huh?
Yeah. I'm in Pinellas Park. I'm in Pinellas County, Florida. That's where she was at.
Did she still have that look on her face?
She was hot.
Oh
Even
my God.
after an autopsy, where they took her brain
guy's so
out and everything.
They took her brain out?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Whoa.
She was posted.
What'd they do at the top of her head afterwards? Don't they got to kind of
They
glue
sew it back on.
They got to glue you back together.
Did they have to do surgery to take her brain out, or they just shake her head and it fell out from the ear?
That little walnut.
Yeah, reached in and grabbed it. Yeah, well, when you get done at the medical examiner, if you die and you're under 50, or they don't know how you died, if you didn't have cancer or leukemia or something, you go to the medical examiner. They cut you open and find out. Well, when you get done, they take your brain and all your guts and throw it all in one plastic bag and chuck it in there and just sew you up.
Where,
so
like,
all your
in your chest cavity or
in
something?
your chest cavity, yeah. And it's only about 4 stitches. It's that they don't do, they're not there to do.
Right. Oh, my God.
So now what's going to happen to this lady you got in the back?
She's going to be embalmed. In the
Party
state of
time.
Florida, there's a 24-hour period between death and disposition that if you're going to be cremated, they can't do anything to you. You have to be put in a cooler.
Right.
But if you're going to be buried, you have to be embalmed within 24 hours.
Will she be getting hair and makeup?
Oh, absolutely.
Hair and makeup. What's she look like? Is she fat, skinny?
No, luckily she's only 80 pounds. I like the little ones. The big ones.
I like the little ones.
Yeah.
He says.
I get from people all the time, how can you do that? Because I drive the meat wagon. I pick up people, and I live in, God's waiting room, so people die here religiously.
Bunch of old people.
Oh, my God. Especially now in the wintertime, they come down first class, they go home freight.
Does it ever bother you when you're picking these people up?
Only when they don't get discovered in, like, the first 2 weeks. If they've been there for a while, especially in the summertime, you get what's called a decomp.
Yeah.
Where they're,
They stink.
You have to throw a sheet over them and pop them before you move them because the fluid builds under the skin.
Oh, God.
That's got to be fun. It's like stepping on those packing things, those plastic packing things.
And you can't, if they're heavy, if they get, real heavy, you can't pull on their flesh because it flays off the bone. You have to take, like, towels and wrap it around their ankles and wrists and carry them by their ankles and wrists because the meat just flays off the bone. It's
my God, damn.
Dude, do they ever smell bad?
Yeah, I ordered off eBay. I have a cool, awesome old Russian officer's from the 50s gas mask that I wear when I show up to the decomps.
Yeah, I got
all
one of those.
the CSI guys love
course
it.
you do.
Yeah, I know you do.
Oh, so sometimes you go in there wearing a gas mask?
Oh, yeah, you have to because the flies and stuff. Oh, yeah.
What? Do you ever have nightmares?
Nah. The worst one I ever saw, the guy was about 600 pounds and was in a single-wide mobile home, and the dude had gotten so fat he couldn't walk through his bathroom door, so he would just back his ass up to the door and just projectile shit into the bathroom.
You gotta do what you gotta do, right?
So did he ever miss the toilet?
They had to cut him out of there with the jaws of life.
He couldn't get out of his door?
No, they couldn't get him out of his trailer.
So they opened up the trailer like a tin can and just pulled him out?
Like a tuna can.
Who brought him food?
I don't know. I don't know the people. They're dead.
Did he smell?
It was the worst thing I have ever.
I was distracted. Can we back up a second? Like,
was it a Munaki?
Yeah. How much crap was in the bathroom? Did he say?
Oh, piles.
Piles of
Just
shit in the
piles
bathroom.
everywhere?
Dude,
it was the worst thing I've ever seen.
You ever get the heebie-jeebies driving at night, maybe, and there's a body in the back, and you look in that rearview mirror, and just, you ever get the heebie-jeebies?
You know, you'd be surprised. I talked to a lot of nurses who, can't handle dead people, and they're like, don't you, I'm like, look, live people are way more dangerous than dead people. And look, if the dead come back to life, yeah, I might die first, but we're all fucked,
This guy has this whole rationale on the whole thing. Like, you have to do what you do.
You have to, because
like
people
this guy,
say to me
it's
all the
just...
time, how can you pick up kids? I go, they're light.
You got to be polite.
How can you pick up kids? They're light.
You get 500-600 pounders that are on the floor. Because I pick up people from their house. When they die at home, you got to go get them. People die on the toilet. People die in their backyard. I picked up, a lot of people off cruise ships that die on cruise ships.
So I guess just to be practical, every time you get your phone rings, you're rooting for SIDS. Or something that's easy on the back.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Every time my neck tongue goes off, I'm praying for a Shivo because, when they starve them to death, they're easy pickups.
So how many do you do a week on the average?
No, during the busy time.
There's a busy time to die?
The rush.
What's the busy time to die?
The winter time in Florida, we do twice as much as the... I usually pick up about 4 or 5 a day. The company I work for handles about 30 a week.
And that's because of the cold weather on the old people?
Oh, yeah. The snowbirds come down, and then, when they die, we take them back to the airport.
Hey, you got to just call us every time you're picking up somebody.
Hey, when I get somebody good, I'll give you a call. I'm on Pal Talk all the time.
Really?
All right, well, don't...
What are you, cadaver?
I'm Nate the Undertaker.
Oh, cool.
Nate the Undertaker.
Is that your real name?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Hey, Nate. Do you have any pictures of the fat guy's fucking place after he shit all over the place?
Jimmy, you'd love my job, dude. I get shit on all the time.
Oh, no, I wouldn't care for that. Not by a body.
Huh? Come on, hot old broads crap on you. I mean, who else? I see 105-year-old vaginas. I see a guy the other day. He had been catheterized so many times, his dick looked like a hot dog that had been in the microwave too long.
Why? What do you mean?
Because the catheter tears it up. When it's constantly being catheterized, it blows it out, bro.
A bunch of scar tissue in there.
Foulness. I was messing with a guy at the crematory. I was dropping a guy off that had 2 cock rings, and I had hired a new guy at the crematory I go to. And I said, hey, you seen anything yet that, really fucked with you? And the guy was like, no, not really. I go, well, take out that guy's cock rings. he enjoyed that.
He had to take out his cock rings?
Well, yeah.
Why can't you just shove them in and burn them?
You can,
Pick them up later.
But the family wants all the jewelry back.
No, they don't come out. They're the kind that clamp in and didn't come out.
Yeah.
So we were just messing with the guy,
Oh, yeah. Oh, some of that gallows humor.
Yeah, your family gets your ashes. There's just 2 fucking black circle rings and a pile of ash. What were these for?
Do you like your job, Nate?
What's that?
You like your job?
I love it.
What does that pay? How do you do?
I make good money.
Yeah?
Well, how much? We don't know you.
65.
65 a year? Not bad.
What did you want to be when you were growing up?
Oh, God.
Because no one goes and says, this is what I want to do.
I want to be an Undertaker.
No, I kind of fell into it.
Yeah?
But look at the numbers. You would appreciate this, Anthony. The baby boomers turned 65 this year.
Yeah, a lot of them.
95 million people are going to die in the next 15 years because of the baby boom.
It's a growing industry this guy's in.
Yeah.
Everybody needs you once.
He's got all the lines.
Yeah.
He's got all those Undertaker lines. You go to the conventions and shit?
You know, you do all the stuff. You do the junkets. You go look at the new equipment. You know,
the new equipment. There's like shows like the electronic
like
show and
CES.
stuff. Yeah, there's the Undertaker show. What's some of the new equipment that's made the job a little easier?
Oh, the new embalming equipment, new gurneys. You know, there's just all sorts of stuff.
It's not the same thing where you take that big fucking syringe-looking thing and shove it through the neck and.
Yeah, well, it's all the same, but there's more efficient, you know, transfer equipment and better chemicals.
And it's computerized.
Is it true you got to hang the dead body to let all the fluid? Is it true you got to hang
you
it?
don't hang them. No,
I think it's a tilting table, right?
Yeah, it's on a tilting table.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll
Wow.
take pictures of an empty embalming room and send them to you.
I've seen him in movies.
Yeah. You watch 6 Feet Under. 6 Feet Under is one of the most realistic depictions of a funeral setting, home setting you'll ever see. It's like that. You know, we're all sick.
All right. Well.
Wow.
Ghoul.
All right, Nate.
Yeah.
All right,
Nate
guys,
the Ghoul.
Hey, how many more you got today, you think?
Dude, I go get them when they die. You can't arrange this sort of thing.
Yeah, who is he, God?
Yeah, just
a Grim Reaper?
I have one. We have one at 6:30.
That's not that stupid. I'm thinking the home office has already called and go, all right, when you drop this one off, we already have another one. And
when my next toe goes off, I go get another one. I'm hoping that the Oregon euthanasia laws pass because then we can schedule these things, 9 to 5 type stuff.
Right.
No more having to get up at 2 in the morning and go get some old lady.
Wow.
All right, Nate. Very interesting few minutes
love
here.
you guys. See ya.
See you, buddy.
There goes Nate. The phones are really fucked up. It's driving me nuts. Can we even answer them at this point?
Nate's quite a ghoul. I'm glad we didn't lose him on the phone.
We're going to take a break, try to figure out the phone situation.
All
and
right.
We'll continue, whatever.
Yeah.
And we're back with the Opie and Anthony program on XM Satellite Radio. The #1 satellite radio company, by the way.
That's it. There's no denying that one. There's no denying it. There's no spinning that. #1.
I guess Howard is just going off on Opie and Anthony. Just going off. Just losing his fucking mind.
He lost his mind. He snapped.
Oh, we better back off now. We better back off.
The Army fucking got him to snap. Job well done.
By the way, they're pests, Howard. Because every other morning zoo in America has a cute little army where you get on their mailing list and, hey, Army, we're going to be at a bar. And it's going to be 2 for 1, and wings are going to be 5 cents a piece. Join us. That's like Army crap.
Right.
We have what's called pests.
Pests. The pests have formed their own army. And, boy, they are a force to be reckoned with. Tell you that.
Well,
these guys, I guess Scott Farrell used to be a friend of ours when he was on WNEW doing mornings. Turned his back on us, badmouthed us, went over to Howard, sucked Howard's dick, trying to get a job over there. And for the entire time he was on the air, all of his phone calls were nothing but pests, just ragging him, doing O&A references. It was hysterical.
And he badmouthed the show completely unprovoked.
Yeah.
Completely unprovoked.
And that's why we had such a huge problem with Scott Farrell.
Just to kiss the ass of the guy that fucking hates us.
So the Pest took over one of Howard Stern's channels on Sirius. We got huge publicity out of it.
It was the Pest channel.
We got huge exposure out of it.
Yep.
The Pest completely controlled the situation.
Yeah.
To the point where they said goodbye to Scott Farrell, supposedly.
Yeah, he's not on. I mean, I don't think they've replaced him with anybody. If he was doing such a good job, wouldn't they just leave him there until the next, audition or whatever it is came through? The guy's show was destroyed by the Pest. It was the Pest's show. So?
Well, we're getting reports Howard's losing his mind.
Of course he is.
And he's talking about the O&A Army and Opie and Anthony. And by, what did he say, the snap of his finger, he'd get us fired and kicked
From
off
here?
satellite radio.
Here's how delusional this fucking over-the-hill idiot is. He thinks that by being at the competing company, the only competing company with XM satellite radio, that with the snap of his fingers he can get us fired from here? Do it. Howard, this is directly to you. Do it. Go ahead. I would love to see how that's done. I would love to see how you can snap your fucking fingers and get us fired from the competing fucking company.
Show us your power, Howard.
Do it. I'm telling you to fucking do it.
Show us your power.
Snap those fingers, Howard.
Snap away, Howie. Snap away.
Now they got the O&A Army. Brought in 0 people. I got news for you.
0 people. All right, hold on. First of all, when they were attacking Pharrell, it was over 1,300 people. 1,300 people
that was
on
just the
Pal Talk alone.
Right. There was more people that don't have the Pal Talk that were involved in the Scott
on
Pharrell
Pal
assault.
Talk alone, pounding him.
And if it wasn't much of an army, why is he talking about it?
Why even talk about it?
Obviously, we made an impression in your little mind there, Howard.
came to XM. Do you think he'd have any power over who Sirius hires? No. He's delusional. He's got this delusion that he's all powerful and transcends corporate fucking greed and corporate tactics and strategy. What a fuck. He's losing his mind, and I can't tell you how happy I am and how much I'm enjoying listening to this.
It's killing him that he went from a huge audience to a very, very small audience. See,
And
when
it's
we went
killing
to
him.
satellite radio, we had nothing to lose. We had no audience. So every day when we get the numbers of more people coming on to our program, it's exciting to us. It's growing every day.
Yep.
Slowly but surely for the last 16 months, it's just going tick, 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 tick up, and our audience is just growing across America. To him, he was in the position where he had a massive audience, millions upon millions of listeners, and went down to way below 1 million listeners.
And,
that's
Howie,
driving him fucking nuts.
driving him nuts.
It would have drove us nuts.
Howie, you got a lot of press when you went over to satellite. I'll give you that. Got more than we did, that's for sure. Let's talk about the press that we've both gotten now since we are on satellite radio. We've been here well over a year and
about 16 months.
about a year and a half or whatever it is. I don't know.
February.
We've been here. The articles that have come out about this program have been positive articles, very positive. People enjoy the show. They love the interaction with the audience. They comment on that. They comment on how we have a twisted take on things, and we're able to discuss any subject matter on satellite. Those are the articles they do on us. What do they do on you? Every article I've read that's come out since Howard's gone to satellite has done nothing but bash him. How he claimed he was going to revolutionize the industry yet again. This big thing, it was all about a big revolution and a new revitalized and energized Howard Stern show coming to an uncensored medium. And what do? You re-tape old bits. People are calling you tired, uninventive. These are things I'm reading in publications like Rolling Stone, all the big newspapers in the major cities are all just commenting on where's the revolution. Where's this big fucking revolution? It ain't there. You don't have it left in you. Take your check and shut your fucking mouth. And don't worry so much about us and our army. The thing with Pharrell, I'll throw you a bone there, Howard. It wasn't even about you. It was about him being a fucking asshole. But apparently it got under his skin a little bit. The army.
And for the past, some emails and some calls, very basic stuff. Just go, ha, ha, ha. You're not getting to Opie and Anthony.
Yeah.
How does that feel?
Show them that there's 3 or 4 listeners in the Pest Army.
Obnoxious laugh. You're not getting to Opie and Anthony. Nice try, though.
Yeah.
Three people.
Three people again.
Fucking people.
Hey, Howard.
That's at least 7, you asshole.
Hey, Howard, here's a little tidbit.
Jesus.
Here's a little tidbit that might interest you, Howard. Little tidbit. We have more listeners than you do. That is a fact. We have more listeners to this program, to the Opie and Anthony show, than you, the Howard Stern
You're
radio
lucky
show.
that your name is mentioned up against ours.
Right.
Because
it
we
makes
have the
us
bigger
vomit.
audience right now,
It
you
insults
asshole.
us. It makes us sick. We have more fucking listeners than you do. And again, it's driving you crazy, isn't it?
Get the crazy songs ready, Derek.
3 people did they bring into that
I was going to
mix?
say, they did a lot for XM when they were signed.
If that's who I'm competing with, well, guess what? Game over.
Yeah, you're the one.
Nobody
Game
cared
over,
that
all
they
right.
went there. The O&A.
No one cared that we went here, huh?
Yeah.
You're caring right now,
You
Howard.
care a fuckload, don't you, Howard?
This is today. This is happening now. This happened about a half hour ago. You care. USA Today cares.
Do you know there are people on the radio all over this country that bash Howard Stern on a daily basis? Does Howard ever mention them? They are completely under his radar. They don't make an effect on him, an impact. They don't anger him. This program, for fucking 10 years, we have been under this guy's skin. For 10 fucking years, in some way, shape, or form, we have been a splinter in this guy's fucking ass, and he hates it and hates us for
and
it.
for 10 years, he's been trying to get rid of us.
And we've been successful and continue to be successful and continue to just keep climbing.
That's right.
And the motherfucker is so pissed because he does not know what the fuck to do about it, because no strategy he's used on anyone else to destroy Mark and Brian, DeBella, all the other fucking jocks he's taken down over the fucking years. None of that has ever worked on this fucking show, and we've continued to chip away at you and piss you the fuck off.
Know why? Because I'm a black ninja.
Ooh.
I'm bobbing and go...
Hey, ho. Watch it.
Missing all the blows.
Ooh, that fucking star. Almost hit me. Karate.
And Anthony's smart.
Yeah.
Say something smart, Ant.
We breathe air.
Attaboy.
See how happy we are today? He has no idea. Was this supposed to get under our skin?
You idiot.
Gonna have to try a little hard.
Why?
I swear to God, the next time I see Robin Quivers,
Oh.
open-handed smack across her fat
Nice.
face.
Just comment on, if you see her in public, just comment on how fat her ass has gotten. She loves that.
This hole, which, by the way, makes Howard's show feel old, by the way.
Yeah, the hole.
Howard, you don't need the hole anymore to say the racist shit.
Enough the hole. You
don't
Fred,
need the hole
Artie,
to have
it'd
the
be
naked
fine.
girls in studio. Back in the day, in the 80s, yes, it made sense to have some
black
female
jokes.
presence in there so you could get away with murder. You don't need her anymore. She adds nothing to your show.
Get rid of the hole. You, Fred, and Artie will do a fine job. There you go.
She says,
get rid of the hole.
She says the same shit. She goes, and they didn't know what to do when they came to satellite radio, Howard. Our work speaks for itself. Go to audible.com. There's volumes and volumes of stuff up there that's being downloaded like crazy all over the fucking world. That's what we did. That's our catalog of stuff since coming to satellite radio. Listen for yourself, and you tell me if she's telling the truth or not.
Howie, how many people you bringing in that never heard your show before? How's that working out for you? How many people are calling you up, writing you and saying, man, I never heard your show before, but a friend of mine turned me on to it, and I'm listening. That's called growth by word of mouth. I really don't see that happening with Howard. You get the big initial, everyone that was listening, a small portion of them actually, signed up. And then what happens, Howie? Everyone knows who you are and what you do. It's predictable. And there's no surprises out there. So your subs, what are they doing? Dropping off, Howard. It's driving you crazy, isn't it?
That's a fact. It is dropping off. And
dropping off.
He's great at the celebrity interview, but the celebrities don't want to be on the show because he doesn't have a big enough
No.
audience.
Hey, where the A-listers go, Howard? not quite friends of yours as much as they were the 10 million listeners you allegedly had. Ooh, now there's quite a few less listeners, and maybe those A-listers ain't showing up as much. Is that what's happening, Howie? That's really what's getting you. You're taking it out on us. That's all right. We'll be your punching bag for today. Go ahead. Let out a little steam. We'll help. We'll help you.
And listen to the whole that is Robin with info that is just completely false because she has nothing to add to this conversation.
Because you hadn't done it before. Oh, my God. Take your slathering big fucking lips off his cock, you stupid fucking cunt. Oh, my God. Because we
what do we
know.
do? We just sat here and just...
Yeah.
This is what we did
for 14 months or whatever it was.
For a little over a year. We just sat in the studio every morning, whistling to ourselves and twiddling our thumbs, going, well, he'll be here soon.
Soon Howard will be here to tell us what to do.
So, in the meantime, we'll... Look!
I'm twiddling. Listen to people, please, I implore you. Listen to what these people are saying. Listen closely to what Howard and Robin are saying in this tirade and realize how insane this is driving them. Who comes up? She actually just said, we came to Satellite, did nothing because Howard hadn't done it yet.
And Howard goes, that's right.
Holy shit!
So what did we do for over a year? Just sat here and did what?
We put on a fucking entertaining show that has gotten subscribers to come to XM and to this program. That's the fact of the matter, you dumb fucking cunt.
To be honest with you, I don't think Robin likes you guys.
Robin. That feeling.
I don't know.
Well, good, because we don't like her, and neither does her own fucking staff. They don't like you either, hole.
Their army. Pharrell was all freaked out. He got 5 of their 5 listeners and called them.
All right,
listen.
He's
Howard.
obsessed. First of all, guys, this is a very proud day for the Army, for the pests. Dude, you have gotten so far under this guy's skin, he is obsessed with you guys now.
You're about to hear Howie Math once again.
Here's some Howie Math.
We all love Howie Math. I have in front of me probably 10 CDs that are filled with O&A pest calls to the Scott Farrell program.
Pal Talk alone. This is fact. These are numbers that were there. It was over 1,300. 1,300 people.
And those were the fans just with webcams.
Right.
And someone was keeping track the first night, Scott Farrell took 50 phone calls, and it was like 38 were from the pests or something like that.
No, 57 pests. 3 regular calls from Pharrell.
Okay, 3 regular calls.
But 3 staged calls.
Wow. But you're about to hear Howie Math.
Howie Math.
That's a fact. And if you listen to the program, you know, because we spend well over an hour just playing the pest phone calls.
Hey, that would be some 5 people if they could tie up his fucking phone lines for every show he did, every minute of every show he did.
And this guy, he has such a huge ego. He doesn't realize how out of touch he is. He doesn't realize that it's not like 1990, what are we going to give him, 94-ish?
Yep.
He has no idea.
Where's the revolution, Howard?
He doesn't have the same fan power.
You don't have the fan base.
No, why? Because you don't hang out with your fans. When you do a rare public appearance, you got a million bodyguards around you, and you got a roped-off area that's well protected. You're so out of touch with your own listeners. You have no connection with your own listeners.
When was the last time you fucking...
They're not going to do shit for you, Howard, because
wrote back to one.
You bailed on them years ago. Yep.
And they bailed on you. Sure, you got your fucking lunatics out there. You got a couple of lunatics out there. That's it. That isn't even big. The widespread, lunatics that'll do anything for them, those days are so fucking long gone.
And Howie, just shut your trap. You don't want to piss off these guys. They've just begun.
They're out of our hands, man.
They've just begun, and at this point, you can't even play catch-up. I challenge you. You cannot.
Please.
You cannot do what the O&A pests do. You just can't. You lost it a long time ago. Didn't you? Didn't you, Howie?
Oh, my God.
Look,
I
it's
cannot
almost embarrassing to listen to this audio because, you know, we have done a lot of appearances ourselves, okay?
Yeah.
And we've done quite well for ourselves,
Yeah.
all right? Do the celebrity softball game, any of our road shows. You go out on a stage, and at times you see 2,000 people in front of you, right?
Yep.
There's no way you would ever just notice 5 people maybe holding Howard's signs just to turn this whole thing around.
You're not going to
The only
notice.
time you would actually notice in that position that Howard was in, as he's saying he's at these events, is if there was a big, huge presence.
Enough people to make you notice.
Exactly.
That's it.
Exactly.
And Howard, if you think there's 3 or 4 people, again, I implore you, do another appearance. Do another fucking appearance somewhere. Please hit the streets somewhere, because
why don't you tell
now they're all wound up in a froth.
Why don't you tell your listeners this little story? When you decided to go down, where was it, Union Square, and we had a whole Mission Impossible thing that we were doing with walkie-talkies. We rented rooms in the hotel overlooking the whole place that you were making your big appearance for satellite radio for the first time. We had hundreds and hundreds of O&A pests and fans with signs to wreck your fucking day.
Yeah.
We have pictures of you looking at the signs with a look on your face that can only be described as you wanted to kill somebody. Why don't you tell your fans right now that you were planning on doing that in all the big cities, but after what happened that day, you bailed on that. That is a fact. You even talked about it on your commercial radio show, that you would do the same thing in L.A., Philly, Washington, Boston. What happened to that little road trip, Howie?
What happened?
You couldn't control it. You knew our listeners were going to show up wherever you went. So you bailed on that idea. Why don't you tell your listeners that story today?
So full of shit.
Army they would show up at all my events. I saw 5 signs.
5 signs, sure you did.
Yeah, they were at the Letterman appearance. They were just following you around.
It's pathetic.
Hey, congrats, pests. You were well noticed at the Letterman appearance.
And you're going to try to say there were 5 listeners at the Letterman appearance when you showed up? How about there were more Opie and Anthony fans there
than there were Howard fans? And the Howard fans are holding these little handed out by Sirius people 8 by 10 pieces of paper with Howard Stern printed on it. And our fans had huge signs, banners, so that they had to crop pictures to put up on websites and news.
And we're not going to play the same game as Howard. You know, we're telling you the truth here.
Yep.
But if you don't want to, if this party is like, come on, are these guys like telling the truth? Go to opieandanthony.com and check out the pictures of just the Letterman thing alone.
This is all researchable. You can look and get the facts on all this stuff. This guy is just losing his mind, and I love it.
Game fucking on.
Listen to him begging. Come over to Sirius.
Game fucking on.
Hey, pests.
We'll take that challenge, Howie.
We have more listeners than you. We'll continue to have more listeners than you, Howard, and that bugs the shit out of you, doesn't it?
And it's true. It's going to end up with this being a one-company thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's going to be the company that is more financially sound than the other, the one that's more responsible.
We're more than ready to take you on, Howard, and you know that. You know that. We've been waiting for this day. We've been waiting for the day where the bosses don't shut us up anymore. You can't play your stupid games behind closed doors and then go on the radio and act like you take on all comers, all newcomers, the old, the new. You take on everybody.
Everyone.
You were the greatest thing in radio. You took on everybody, right? But your listeners didn't know what was going on behind closed doors, where you shut up people with lawyers.
That's the shit we had to deal with.
And Mel Karmazin.
That's the shit we had to deal with, and that's why sometimes people ask, why you got a problem with Howard? Why do you talk about him? Why? Because we went so many years where we couldn't, because that speech you just heard was delivered to our fucking boss, the head of Infinity Broadcasting, and it came down to us that we were to shut up and not talk about Howard, no matter what he said about us, calling us clones and rip-offs, and then we couldn't answer back or we would have been fired. Now, game on.
Game fucking on.
Bring it. You're fucking whole. The pests.
And by the way...
Oh, is he obsessed with the pests?
Yeah, they know.
Oh, pests, job well done. He is obsessed with you now.
Bunch of nudges.
Oh, you ugh.
Know why? Because he was too busy for the last, 10 years living the high life.
Doing subpar radio, his own words.
And just allowed us to sit there and just build this thing that's called the Opie and Anthony program. To build this, you want to call an army, Howie, fine. To build this pest mentality. And you're obsessed by it because you're like, fuck, that's a great idea, but that takes years to develop. And I didn't have the time because I was too busy jumping in a helicopter and going out to the Hamptons to hang out with the rich and famous.
Yep.
You've lost touch with your audience, and now it's too late to play catch-up. It's way fucking too late, and you know it. Game fucking on, Howard. Game on. And every article will mention Opie and Anthony alongside your name. They've been doing that for well over a year now.
Yeah.
And it finally got to you. And I'm glad you're finally taking on the battle. Because we didn't want to be bothered with Bubba the Love Sponge and Scott Farrell and the rest of these asses that used to fight the same battle as Anthony and I.
The slim pickings that you had to choose from to try to fill 2 channels 24 hours a day. Slim pickings, ain't it, Howie?
Sirius stock is way the fuck down, too.
What happened is
right now the whole sector is down. Everyone knows that.
They were commenting on the bad quarter that XM had, and they were gloating. And the very next day, Sirius came out with their quarterly results. Perhaps they should have waited and saw how Sirius did before they did their gloating, because Sirius was in worse shape as far as their quarter went.
And Howard hasn't even moved the stock.
No, Howie, what happened?
Howard hasn't even moved the stock. It's almost at a 52-week low.
What happened? What happened to the people that bought in at 9? Oh, what happened?
You haven't even moved the stock.
And gloating is in very poor taste, because if something like Sirius had a bad quarter or whatever, nobody on this program would gloat.
Of course not. We would be going, better luck next time, guys.
Keep your chins up.
Gee, what can we help?
But the point Anthony makes here is that both companies had very bad fourth quarter reports.
Yeah. These companies, in a lot of ways, especially with Wall Street, run in parity with each other. If one company does something good, you'll notice the other company also goes up. It's called a sector. There's only 2 companies in this sector, but a lot of times one company can have no news at all. Another has good news. Both go up. One company has bad news. The other company has no news. Both go down. Sometimes they split. But if you look at a graph of both companies over the past couple of years, they really do follow each other percentage-wise as far as how their stock goes up and down.
Right.
It's just the way it is.
Right.
So if you're gloating about anything with our stock going down, yours is dropping at the same time. It just happens. It's called Wall Street. If a stock just kept going up, please, let me buy it.
A little message to Dugout Doug.
Yeah.
Have the boys push the button. Oof. Have the boys push the button. Ooh. Just show just a little power. Have the boys push the button.
What does that mean? Here's the word.
Have the boys push the button.
All 4 boys.
All 4 boys.
We want all 4 boys.
They must have big, huge, meaty fingers, because 4 boys have a lot of power. Doug, yes, push the button. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
When I
Okay. I hate to keep stopping because he's talking about the XM commercial that got a lot of play to the point he knew all about XM.
He noticed it.
So in the XM commercial, we had David Bowie, Ellen DeGeneres, and Snoop Dogg, right?
Yep.
Those are three huge names in entertainment. Yeah. He compared Martha Stewart, a senator, and John Riggins to those three people. That's what he's doing in this.
And you know what I forgot to mention, the biggest of all, is we see all these people, but more importantly, we see Danny and Derek's balls.
That's true.
And that's why we're
bigger
better.
celebrities.
That's right.
We don't need to name drop.
That's right. We don't care about Martha Stewart. We have big young man balls.
We have Derek's ball bag.
We certainly do.
He's just a few drinks away from hammering in his own butt plug. That fucking mess of a ball bag he's got. Right. Jesus.
That's fucking great. He's got the haircut of Eric Logan and the balls of a 90-year-old.
Yeah, exactly. Who knew? Damn thing is stuck to the side of his leg as we speak.
Get in here, son. Tuck those balls into your socks.
Yeah. I guess he's, did he announce his decision that he's only doing 4 days a week?
I don't know.
That he's not doing Friday? Because apparently... Doug has this whole thing that his fans are very upset about this. His message.
Well, that's how much passion he's got.
Yeah.
Not only is he taking the money and running, something XM wasn't willing to do, he's only going to do 4 days a week. That was supposed to happen right off the bat, but the company is in such a shaky position here that I heard, and now this is I'm going on speculation. Okay, I really am. But
at least you admit that.
But I heard through some pretty reliable sources that they had a nice meeting and said, "Look, could you help us out here and do 5 days a week for a while until we get on steady ground, and then you'll do the 4 days a week that's in your contract."
Yeah. See, here's
not counting the 3 months a year he's going to take off for vacation. By the way,
here's the difference between the two shows. We, of course, both shows want the companies that we're with to succeed and do well. That's a given. The way we approach it and have approached it from the beginning is if we put on a quality show that people want to listen to on a daily basis, the rest takes care of itself. People will subscribe because of that. They'll tell their friends about it who will subscribe, and our audience will build by us doing a show like that. Howard seems to think that by pitching and selling and being a fucking salesman, that's going to do it. That getting on and just talking about how great he is and how great Sirius is without putting on an entertaining program and having a passionate fan base that you can relate to, that's going to get the subs in. What do you think works? What do you think works? We've seen a lot of growth. I see over there an old guy begging for fucking subscribers. Good luck with that strategy. You don't give a shit anymore. You did at one point. I was a fan when you did. You gave a shit about radio. It was fun. Now it's about how much money can I get? How many days off can I take?
By the way, Howard, we're going to be doing a live broadcast St. Patty's Day.
Yeah.
You're more than welcome to show up.
Come on in.
We'll show you how it is to hang out with your fans and give a shit.
And have a good time.
When was the last time you just did something where you just hung out with the fans?
Yeah.
And it wasn't all about you retiring from regular radio and this and that. When
it's
was
not climbing up on a double-decker bus and driving past your fans, leaving them in a plume of exhaust.
Right. With 10 bodyguards just in case.
Yeah.
Because everyone wants to get to Howie.
That's how he handles it.
You fucking freak.
Do you just sit in your fucking house and replay the book signing video, Howard?
Yeah,
from years ago where there were thousands of people around. Do you fucking replay that and go, those were the days.
The glory days.
The glory days of the Stern Show.
Like, what do you have planned for your listeners in the near future? Well, I could tell you what we have planned, okay? We're doing an impromptu O&A Pest late-night karaoke thing in my brother's restaurant in Huntington. Has nothing to even do with the radio show.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of us hanging out doing karaoke.
Oh, what? There won't be thousands of people there, potential subscribers to cash in on? Well, then we shouldn't do it.
And guess what? There
just
will be
hanging out with a couple of hundred of our fans and having a good time is pathetic.
And there will be no cover charge.
Yeah.
By the way, because if you did do something like that, you'd probably charge them for everything.
Of course.
You'd probably rent the microphone as they're getting up to fucking sing their stupid, Charlie Daniels song.
Or all that she wants is another baby.
What day are we doing the karaoke, by the way?
2 weeks from, hold on, it's in the old phone.
F.H. Riley's, my brother's restaurant's a great place, 400 New York Avenue in the heart of Huntington. Just for the hell of it, we're doing late night karaoke with the O&A Pest.
You know what it is? I'm trying to get to this, but I lost my stylus.
That's only one event we're doing in the next month and a half or so.
Yeah.
Then we're going to be broadcasting live from the Hard Rock Cafe, St. Patty's Day.
I think it's March 4th would be 2 weeks from
this past Saturday?
I believe so, yeah.
Right.
Saturday was what, the 18th?
Yeah, it's going to be Saturday
Yeah.
night, late night.
March
Around
4th.
11 o'clock, we're going to start up the late night karaoke at my brother's restaurant.
Patty's
Then
Day
we got the
party.
St. Patty's Day party at the Hard Rock Cafe, broadcasting live. We're bringing the Pal Talk to both of those gigs, by the way, so the rest of the country could see it, okay? We don't get a dime for Pal Talk, by the way. We just know it enhances the show, and it's a great thing to do. And then finally, I think we're doing opening day in Boston. That's 3 events we're doing in just the next month and a half alone. What are you doing for your fans, Howard? What are you doing, really?
Besides taping old bits like Jackie Martling never existed, throwing Artie in doing Jackie's parts in the old bits, and rebroadcasting them. Cutting edge, dude. There, the revolution's on, man. Yeah, let freedom ring, and let it be rung by a stripper. Wow, you're so fucking cool. Ugh.
He's supposed to be so original, and then he just steals the Black Power fucking symbol.
Yeah.
That's real original. Yeah, what, you were going to make believe no, you just assume.
Yeah, if you had 4 and you got 8 or 16 or 12.
It would be 12.
I love percentages.
You're not good with math.
If you had 4 and then you have 12,
right?
Is that good?
That would be 200%.
That's 200%. When you hear people talking in percentages, they're covering something up.
They're covering up some real numbers.
Always.
That's like saying I fuck a girl, that I went on a date with, and that's the only girl I ever went on a date with, and I can say I fucked 100% of the girls I've dated.
Right.
It's Howie math.
Percentages, Howie will throw
I gotta hand it
those
to
in.
him. He's good at Howie math. Very good at Howie math.
You keep telling yourself your company's doing great.
But here it is.
Keep telling yourself.
Here it is. Even with the massive push that Howard gave that company yesterday. We don't even... Well, this is the latest article that came out, unless something came out today. I don't know. It's USA Today, okay? 2005 subscribers. According to USA Today yesterday, XM, 5.9 million subscribers. Sirius, 3.3.
Yeah. There you go.
And that was after the huge Howie push.
Yeah.
They're not going to get the huge Howie push for the rest of time here.
And for him to say the advertising did nothing when the projected numbers were reached. The projected numbers were reached. XM got the number of subscribers that they were looking for, that they predicted they would get. It happened. Where was your giant impact that was supposed to take away from XM? Where were the cars that he hasn't sold, that his friend, his car dealer friend, that's another guy, Howard? Please, Howie, realize this. It's sad to listen to. All of your friends, and I'm doing the quotation mark with my fingers, all of your friends are just guys sucking your cock because you're Howard Stern. That's it. They're going to kiss your ass.
Holy shit. Is that true, Derek? How do you guys know this? Just get on, Mike.
We were just checking it online.
What's
See,
up?
because we do our research here.
Yeah.
We don't just babble. We try to give you guys facts.
But we do add in
what was
babble
Howard's
also.
friend's name?
What was it again? It was
What was his friend's name that he was talking to that was selling hasn't sold
Wayne
Siegel.
Who hasn't sold an XM product in months or something like
yeah,
that?
that's what he said.
Yeah.
All right, Derek, what is the info you found that anyone can find by just, like, Googling a
This
little
is
bit?
quick research.
He's a used Nissan car salesman.
I don't even think XM has a deal with Nissan.
I don't think so
I don't
either.
know. So that would probably mean that, yes.
And he's selling 10-year-old cars, probably, so it's a used Nissan salesman.
Yes.
Holy mother of Jesus.
What do you mean? That XM is not going to be in that 88 Nissan I have my eyes on?
Well, then, fuck us. We're done for.
Good research.
Guys, this is the babbling bullshit this doddering old fuck is sputtering out of his mouth on a daily basis. He's desperate. It's obvious. We sit here laughing, having a good time, even with this whole thing. It's funny to us because the company is doing well. We know XM's doing well. We talk to the brass of the company. We find out what's going on. We know it's doing well. We're excited about the technology that's coming out. The portable unit that's coming out is amazing. And they don't stop doing this. It's growing by the day, this company. Over there, everything is banked on Howard fucking Stern, and it just ain't working. I'm sorry. He had a push around Christmas time. He had 14 months to promote the fact that he was going there. And now... dropping off a bit, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you're desperate and a little scared.
2005 ad revenue, XM 20.1 million, Sirius 6.1.
Nissan, used Nissan dealer.
Cost to
fucking liar.
This is a number that now we're getting too technical as far as this business goes. Cost to acquire a new subscriber in 2005. Okay, it cost the company money to sign up a subscriber.
Yeah. Well, as a growing company, eventually they'll turn the corner. They call it.
You gotta throw the salaries in, the advertising, the marketing, the research for new products. All that it costs money, and then you turn around and you figure out how much it's costing the company per new subscriber.
It costs a certain dollar amount to get one subscriber.
Right now, it's costing both companies money to get subscribers.
To get a subscriber.
I hope people understand that. Okay, in 2005. It cost XM $64 per new subscriber.
So it costs XM $64 to get every new subscriber.
Right. Okay. Sirius $139. This is
130.
What are they taking each one to dinner? What the fuck are they doing over there?
These are the numbers that scares the shit out of Wall Street, by the way.
Yep.
That number is way too fucking high. Way too fucking high. And that number, by the way, will probably be higher in 2006 because of the signing of Howard.
Because of Howard.
It'll be much higher than that, probably.
You add in $500 million to that. Jesus Christ.
And that's what scares the shit out of Wall Street, by the way.
Howard.
By the way.
And it scares
one of the many
Howard.
numbers. You all right, Jimmy?
Yeah.
What's wrong, buddy?
Fine.
Are you sad?
No.
Scared. Are you scared?
Only when you yell. Only when the devil comes.
I love this shit, man. I can't even tell you. I love it. We had muzzles on for so long.
That he can't do anything now except whine and cry. Go ahead.
Well, O&A Pest, you heard him, so. I guess we should just give up on the whole concept. We're only able to recruit 7, 4.
Is it 2, 4, or 7 that we have?
I love exaggerated humor.
Yeah.
But exaggerated facts to make someone look stupid is so embarrassing.
Yeah.
Like when Scott Farrell said, they have 5 listeners.
5 listeners.
And then Alan Sniffen on New York radio message board. Satellite radio. Yeah, they have 100 subscribers?
A couple of hundred subscribers.
100 subscribers.
Meanwhile,
Howie, they have 4 Army members?
Yeah. Meanwhile, we watched 1,300 people in one room, in one fucking place, at one time, ripping apart Scott Farrell. And that was nothing, because that's just the people that were there in one fucking room. Think of the rest of the outlets the people had to call from, what they were doing. Other rooms. That's how it works. 4 people, 1,300, same thing.
What does Alan Sniffen know? He should be rubbing his half-hard dick on the knee of a passed-out woman while he's got his fucking dumb fingers in her mouth.
Fucking dentist.
She's coming out of it.
Yeah.
Better button up that blouse.
I better yank your tooth.
How did a dentist become an expert on New York radio?
Exactly.
Explain that to me. Anthony, it's never been done before on our show.
Uh-oh.
But the day has arrived. There's your key, sir. And here's my key.
Can I have a key?
No.
I want a key.
No.
A key?
I like keys.
You don't have enough responsibility in your bones to have one of these keys.
But I like keys.
Turn your key, sir.
I will turn my key.
Turn your key.
Here it is.
Wait.
Ready?
Set. Go.
There it is.
Thank you.
The key is turned. We have confirmation.
We just turned the keys. I feel sorry for everybody.
Me too.
I'm sorry, you just can't have a key yet, Jimmy.
I want a key.
I could give you the little one.
I don't want the little one.
Look, I'll give Jimmy the little one.
I want a bigger key.
So it can feel like
the little one.
Here, I'll give you the little one.
That's to the file cabinet in the room where the key, the missile silo keys are.
Here, put this key on your key.
I don't want that faggot key. I want a man's key.
Here, you can have the little key.
No.
So you feel like you're part of this.
That's embarrassing. That's the child's key, and I don't want it.
It's the tiniest key I could find, and it's yours, Jimmy.
That's
your
not
fucking lock, bicycle lock.
That's and I don't want it. What do you open a cock hole with that? I want a big key.
Wow, that was fun.
Yeah. It's great to listen to him lose his mind. Quote bullshit.
Let's say hi to John in Minnesota. John.
Hey, guys. Hey, I wish Jimmy was as pissed at Howard as you guys are, man, because he would really add to it. But, say, I wonder if he isn't in the anger or
you're having a real problem here, aren't you, John?
Yeah, a little
Let me
trouble.
start over for you.
Slow down. Start over. Don't be nervous, son.
Yeah, don't worry. I got to tell you, John, don't worry. There's a mere 1 million people listening right now. That's no real big deal. Trust me. We've talked to bigger audiences in our past. So don't picture the millions of listeners, or the 1 million listeners that are listening to you right now.
In 2 countries.
In 2 countries, by the way. All the way from Vancouver to Florida, Miami.
I saw some guy selling his car in front of his house. There was a for sale sign. It was a 68 Nova.
Yeah.
And I looked in. No XM.
No XM.
That's bad marketing.
We're done.
We're doomed. All right, John.
Hey, I want to know if he's in the anger phase or the denial phase of the death of his career.
Yeah, it's got to be rough.
No, when he reaches the acceptance page, you'll see him doing infomercials late night with fucking hair care products.
Got to be rough for all those millions of listeners.
Yeah.
And then you go to satellite thinking they're all going to follow you, and they don't.
Yeah.
And your subscriptions start tapering off. You're not getting the calls that you were getting because you have a very limited audience now. The show that you hate, the Opie and Anthony show, has more listeners than you do. That's got to kill them. That's got to be rough.
What's going on, bro?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, man.
This is one of your 4 pests.
Yeah, we only have 4.
Hi.
Dude, I am so sick of this crap, man. I dealt with this shit on Power Talk last night with these idiot fucking Stern fans, and now this fucking hook-nosed hack today with this bullshit. This fucking idiot is so delusional, he doesn't realize that with a flick of our fingers, we fucking own him.
Yeah.
We own him.
That's why I said. That's why I said push the button.
He's done. Look at what we did to Phillips' file. Look at what we just fucking did to Pharrell in 5 days.
Yeah, took down Pharrell in 5 days.
them.
It was done.
We ruined him.
We ruined them.
Hope
and
you
you know
like
what?
your phones, Howard. Hope you like all your phones.
Howard doesn't know how to fucking deal with us because he doesn't seem to understand that we have nothing better to do than to ruin people's lives.
That's our boys.
Goddamn, Doug is having an influence. You hear the brain?
You know what?
Yeah.
When I get
the brainwashing that's going on?
Love it.
When I get home later, I'll be contacting Doug, Bam, everybody. I'm going to see what we're going to do. Let's see what the next move is. You guys turn the key. Game on.
We just turned the key. And listen to me.
Fucking on.
Listen to me. To the guys that are in charge of this whole damn thing, just be smart.
Yeah.
You have showed.
We'll be smart, man.
You guys have shown your intelligence in recent months. Let's keep that going, please.
Guys, you know how smart we are. You know how careful we are because we want to destroy them.
Clever always wins, buddies.
Yes, the whole gas in the lobby thing that you set on fire. Let's wait on that.
Yeah, we're not. That
was my idea.
We're not going Fight Club mentality yet.
Not yet. Well, hopefully it doesn't come to that. Hopefully we can destroy him the way only we know how.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Why is fucking Ellen dressed like Professor Snoddenberry?
My God, those are awful clothes.
She's just a nightmare.
That? All right.
It's like fucking Shakespeare if he was a metrosexual. Stupid clothes.
Kurt, what's up?
Hey, man, a long-time Pal Talk wanker, first-time caller. Hey, I talked to an industry insider at a Peugeot dealer, and, dude, he's not moving the serious stuff at all.
Wow, say good.
Say it proves it proves we're winning. There you go.
Yeah,
More
Peugeot is all ours.
Man, hey, the virus is all over down here. You guys have converted all of us guys in North Carolina to going, yuck, and stop it, over and over. We fucking sound like you guys now, and Jimmy's our hero. You know,
Jimmy's everyone's hero.
You know what? We had hoo-hoo for a while down here, but, dude, it got old. It was fucking breast implants.
Yeah,
it was the same shit.
There's a revolution going on over there now, though. A revolution.
Dude, and then they dropped him. And, you know, the guy who followed him is now on Extreme XM, and we all were waiting for this guy's show to come on. I mean, in the very beginning, with the shitty radio we had, we thought, this is like in 97, we thought, oh, man, this guy's incredible. But, yeah, after a while, we were like, shit, this is getting old, and, you know.
He just stopped caring, dude. Stopped caring.
The virus is out.
The virus is out.
Bye, mister.
Let's go to Mike in South Carolina. We're going to try to move on, but the phones, they have exploded. Mike, what's up?
Oh, man, just want to let you guys know I love the show. Just last week, a buddy of mine turned me on to you guys, and, I mean, I fell in love. I went out and bought an XM radio just because of the show. He put me on the website.
Yeah, see, that's the virus working right there. That's why we're going with the O&A virus.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, buddy.
Thanks, Mikey.
How's that pay-per-view thing working out for him? Remember that E-show he used to do for free? And now you can see that on pay-per-view.
Yeah.
I wonder what the numbers are like on that.
On-demand, actually.
Some kind of on-demand thing that you got to pay to see. Wonder how that's working out.
Not too
I bet
good.
people are just signing up in droves for that thing, Howie. Howie, how's that working out?
I'm waiting for the Howie math on that.
I got some news, by the way, bad news for Sirius. A good friend of mine is a schooner salesman, and he said they're not moving Sirius models at all.
You mean an actual schooner?
Absolutely. The only time they move a Sirius is when they need to sink one. They put a Sirius in the middle.
To scuttle it.
And scuttle it out, whatever that means. I just like the word.
It's to scuttle a ship.
Ooh.
Sink it yourself.
Hello, bro, whoever this is.
Like if you scuttle your wife in Modesto?
Right. I just scuttled her and the baby.
We're not getting names today. This is Tim. Tim?
Hey, what's up, boys?
Timmy!
What's up, Jimmy?
That's me being exuberant.
Yeah.
I got to thank you guys. You guys opened my eyes to Hoo Howie. 2 short months ago, I was a avid listener.
Yeah.
I go to Best Buy. I said, hey, give me the portable Sirius. They look at me like I have 2 fucking heads. I said, give me the portable unit. They don't have one. My brother-in-law said, no, I'm going to get you guys the Tau, the XM to go. Beautiful fucking device. So that Sirius company got me to go to XM, but you guys got me to stay. Fuck Howard.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
mister.
All right.
That language isn't necessary.
There you go.
All right.
That was fun.
That was an hour and a half.
As he loses his mind over there, we continue to
By the way, I want
to
to thank Howard. We really did have nothing to do today on this show. So thank you for the material.
Wow.
Some days we just luck out.
Howard
Playing
Sparks.
his audio.
Oh, we were going to just plow through this shit.
Howard Sparks.
Really. We were just going to plow through this shit today and make believe we're the greatest broadcasters ever. The fact is, we didn't have much. We didn't have much to do today. But because of you, you just gave us a nice hour and a half.
Thank you.
What do you guys say we show a little bit of program unity and I'll go to the men's room together?
You want to all take a leak together?
More than I want to breathe.
Me, you. All right, Jimmy, I'm with you.
You're listening to the radio show that is still having fun.
More
still
listeners.
has the passion to do this.
That's right. Bob
the
and Tom.
Opie and Anthony program. Uh-oh, breaking news from John Q in Boston.
Yes.
Says breaking news, Sirius models being recalled from spacecrafts because 8-ton units compromise takeoffs.
Won't be on the shuttle?
And by the way, you can listen to us online.
Yeah.
Howie doesn't want to do that one yet because he's not making money on that.
Nope. Gotta squeeze every dime out of it.
Yeah, if you want to listen to this show for free, just go to eatabullet.com under the calendar section.
That's right. Whore.
What?
You're a whore.
I'm not. I'm a good boy.
And someone is very mad that we said we make believe we're brilliant broadcasters. Anthony D'Angelo from Tony Bagels. Whackbag.
Hey,
Make
Tony
believe.
Bagels.
No, you guys are brilliant broadcasters.
Oh.
I'll second that.
There's a lot of really funny freaking instant feedbacks coming in.
Yes.
See, because we still throw the funny in there, even though we're pissed off.
Occasionally.
Oops, did I just give away a little secret? Oops.
I had a bit
Where's
idea.
the funny, Howie? Where's the funny?
You had a bit idea.
Mm-hmm.
What are you, crazy?
No, it was a good one, too. This would have just set the bar.
Did you run this past anyone?
No, live on the...
Look how he licks his fingers.
I have to turn the pages.
Look, but you stick your tongue out all like...
Ew, well, look, he's got a bit idea, but he doesn't know what paper.
No.
He's panicking.
I'm all... guys, I don't want to throw... Oh, no, it's not this one.
Oh, my God. Where's your bit idea?
Oh, it's in here. You wait.
All right, we'll wait.
You wait.
What is it about?
Oh, I don't remember. I just saw it and I went, we should do that.
Is it... It looks like you're looking...
Here it is.
Let's see who laughs last. Strangers to tie knot on PLJ's webcast.
Oh!
That's right.
That gets...
Put on your excitement hats.
I don't think I own one.
Well, you better get one,
right,
fella. Morning hosts Scott and Todd have spent the past 2 weeks arranging two strangers in a wedding where the catch is that the wedding couple won't meet until minutes before they say, I do.
Oh!
And I think we should do something like that, only with diseases.
I think something
You're getting a huge laugh from out in the hall. Are you kidding? That's what they're doing?
That's what they're doing.
It's going to be a fake wedding.
No, it's going to be real, Opie. Scott and Todd don't fake things.
So it's like, but you've done radio for many years. You know a lot of the ins and outs of the standard hack type radio.
This is a little different than the normal wedding Zoom morning bit.
Zoom morning wedding.
Usually they marry a couple on Valentine's Day or something.
Yeah.
Or they get outrageous and they marry, the same sex.
Whoa.
Because they want to be edgy. Alternative.
That's nice.
This is a new concept.
So they just they don't know the people, but then they're gonna get married when they.
But you know what? Mark my word. Let's do some research. They never really get married. There's gonna be some kind of loophole where they're like,
"Hey, they get out of it."
There's an annulment thing or something.
Well, the guy's not really a preacher.
Yeah.
So it's just words.
Because they want the water cooler talk. They want everyone to be
Well,
believe what they're
by
doing?
gosh, it's working, because Jimmy was talking about it.
And I thought of it at the cooler.
Well, that's what pisses me off. The fucking radio column in the Daily News, David Hinckley, who did a very fine article on us recently.
Thank you, David.
He buys into this horse shit and promotes it. It's just going to be some phony radio bit. No one's going to get married.
If you wonder why this show is a scourge, they're doing like a little wedding bit, and the one show did the thing about the kitten in the balloon, and you bring in people to have their genitals stung by wasps.
Yes. And we watch gentlemen taser their assholes live.
Hey, is that video available yet?
I saw one clip of it yesterday.
I got to tell you, thank God that Howard came to satellite radio because before he got here, we didn't even know that tasing of the asshole was possible.
This is true. Didn't even know it.
That's one you got to give to the blacks. If it wasn't for the blacks and their relationship with the police department,
we wouldn't know.
Never know the humor value of a taser.
We got that video somewhere there, E-Rock?
Yeah, because I haven't seen the video yet. Not where it's synced up with the sound or anything.
Yeah, we're trying to sync up the sound.
Because I know there's got to be somebody smart that could actually take the show audio, not the audio from Pal Talk, but the show audio, sync it up to the video that was on Pal Talk, and make a nice little production piece out of it. Oh, Than's waving his hand like he did it?
Did you?
No?
Steve did it already?
Steve did it.
Why isn't it a headline on opieandanthony.com?
Is it on...
Why is E-Rock going into search mode to try to find this?
I don't know, but I know E-Rock's about to get a good scolding and perhaps a slap.
No, I like the E-Rock.
I do too, but I'm talking about I might have to go over there and
E-Rock
give him a
has come
scolding.
a long way. He's starting to get this whole thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think...
Our little E-Rock.
I don't know. I have to disagree. I think he's a punk.
Wow, what's the screaming
Everyone's
about?
heckling you.
Eric? Wow. They're yelling at you, Steve.
Why are they yelling
As
at you,
you're
Steve?
going into the other room.
Steve, what are you doing?
Love that song.
Old school.
It's Martini Steve. Oh. Martini Steve. It's Martini Steve.
Wow.
Yeah. No.
Grr. Oh,
Yeah.
wait. Yes.
Go ahead, you want to.
As you were saying it, I've been instant messaging.
No.
Shut up.
All right. I won't.
Yes, it's all linked up on the front.
Shut up!
Oh,
that was loving.
You gonna take that shit, Anthony?
Yes, he is.
It's on the front page.
Yeah, it's on the front page.
No.
I want to see what people want to see more. The tasing of the nuts or the tasing of the ass?
Wow, yeah.
All right.
We keep tabs on that?
Yeah.
I would say tasing of the ass.
All right, tasing of the nuts got downloaded so far 1,077 times, right?
Yeah.
All right. And the tasing of the ass, does it beat tasing of the nuts?
I think so. I'll say yes.
You'll say yes? I'll say no.
Just give him 40 minutes to open it.
Oh, wow. More people want to see the tasing of the ass.
Yeah.
But it was a very close
Can we
race.
see it? I want to see him go into the wall again. That was hilarious.
The guy just flew forward.
Yeah, it's on
Couldn't get
opieandanthony.com.
up.
Guy tased himself in the nutsack and in the anus yesterday on the program.
His
through
wife
Pal Talk.
actually
Oh, the wife did it. You're right.
His wife actually did the tasing.
And the guy hammering in his own butt plug with his ball sack, how many times has that been hit? I want to see how sick our listeners are.
Oh, I can't tell because it's on somebody else's site.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did I tell you about my battle to get my name and how it worked out? You know, my domain name, AnthonyCumia.com.
Mm-hmm.
Some guy had it, and it was just directing traffic to his site. He did some kind of a podcast, and you'd punch in AnthonyCumia.com, and it would take you to this guy's site. Apparently, or allegedly, he was a fan of the show, and, I send people out. I send people out to get my name because it's my name. My name. So as the people are working on it, he emailed me and said, dude, I'm letting the domain name expire. You could pick it up after it expires. He let the fucking thing expire. You know what happens to domain names that expire? They go on to an auction. So there I am on this fucking website having to bid on my own name against some guy who I did a little research on, buys domain names and sells them.
That had to get, I don't know, tens of cents.
Well, here's the thing. It kind of puts your life in perspective, doesn't it?
How much did your name fetch?
I didn't want to.
How much did it fetch?
I had to pay
$1.79.
I had to pay $360 for my name. Now I was happy because I was willing to bid about $3,000. I was going to pay to get my name back. This guy's bidding against me, and we're kind of going back and forth a little bit, and he stopped at like $350.
He bailed at $350?
And then I was happy that I didn't have to pay more than like $365, but then I started thinking, this motherfucker doesn't think my name is worth more than this.
You could have negotiated this in a dollar store. How small do you feel today?
You're not going to like my statement.
I was a little like, what, Jimmy Norton?
I could JimNorton.com. The guy won't sell it. I had a similar problem.
Why won't he sell it?
Because he's a cunt. And
but you're Jimmy Norton.
Jim Norton. And the quote I heard was like over $20,000.
$20,000 for JimNorton.com.
I would never pay it. For what? I have JimNorton.net.
That's extortion.
Yeah. .net is great.
People go to that.
.net is taking over the world.
Maybe not, but I want .org.
.net is just
.edu. Congratulations,
Jimmy. I'd be happy with a .net.
Can someone show me how to get my .com? I get all these dumb things. Dude, go check it. I know who he is. I don't know how to get it.
You would have a problem if his name is also Jim Norton.
No, it's not. He's a cyber squatter douche.
All right. Well, then you might be able to. My name is a little odd and obscure. There aren't many Anthony Cumias. I have an odd last name like that isn't very popular. Me being such a huge celebrity, it makes it easier for me to claim a name like that.
What ancestor decided to change the pronunciation of your last name, by the way? I've always wanted to ask you this question. What? It doesn't look like Cumia.
It's like Cumia or years ago I used to pronounce it Cumia.
That doesn't look like Cumia either.
No. What is it, Cumia?
Yeah, so there was an ancestor somewhere that said, "Hey, man, this is not cool for the family. We got to change the pronunciation."
No, because the original pronunciation from Sicily is Cumia.
Cumia.
Hey, Cumia.
Yeah, that's kind of romantic.
So it's now Cumia without the Cumia thing. And,
actually,
that's it.
You got a cool last name.
It's just a link page.
What am I saying? I'm a Hughes.
Hughes, that's pretty common. See, Greg Hughes would probably be hard to get, too.
Do you know that my...
I'm sure it's taken, right?
I don't know.
Let's look.
Do you know that my cousin...
Gay porno?
Yeah. You know that my cousin married a Hughes?
That's a little weird.
So a Hughes married a Hughes.
Isn't that a little weird?
And you do a radio show with the Hughes.
2 G's or 1 on your name?
Wait, I'm trying to think about what Norton just said. Oh, shit.
Now
you had so much confidence that I was going to figure that out, too.
What is this?
Like, yeah, you keep thinking. This is a good one. This is my website, GregHughes.com.
What is it?
It's 2 baby pictures and some old guy holding a baby.
Oh, shit, man. I hope this isn't my son.
We're slamming this guy's bandwidth right now. This guy's probably got like the Yahoo simple plan for things.
Yeah.
He gets like, if you download a picture 3 times, it's done. And right now he's getting hammered.
What's the
wrestling? What is this?
What's the front page?
Uh-oh, a picture's already gone.
Baby pics, Waynesboro Blues Brothers, and wrestling.
Click on wrestling. A night the state of Georgia will not soon forget. Jake and Elwood Blues. Oh, it looks to me like these wacky people on GregHughes.com got together and did a little Blues Brothers skit.
What a bunch of dorks. Ugh.
So you'd have a little bit of a problem getting this because the guy's name is probably Greg.
No, you wouldn't. Not if the fans kept hitting it, you wouldn't. Not if you got fucking 500 emails. He'd probably cough it right up.
We're like Hitler. We're going to go too far.
I want JimNorton.com.
Pull out of Russia.
It's my name. How can you have a claim to it? It's mine. He's sitting on it.
Does he work for a business that has that name, like an auto group, maybe called Jim Norton Motors or something like that?
No, it's just sitting there.
By the way,
There's
Jim
nothing
Norton
there.
Motors not moving a single XM unit.
Ooh. No, they're not.
And you could probably get it back. Just have your attorney.
What attorney?
Oh.
Eatman tried to get it for me. Look what they got on me. And fucking Eatman tried to do it. I know he didn't do it right. He put a bid in ahead of time so they knew somebody wanted it.
You don't have to bid on it. All you have to do is prove that you're making money with that name as a stage name, and you can probably get it handed right over to you.
How?
Yes, a lot of times you can
What
get it.
lawyer can I talk to do this? No one's helping me.
A domain lawyer.
That's right.
Intellectual property rights attorney can do that for you.
Oh, or Steve C.
Well, can you help me with
Yes,
who?
I can.
I
give
would
you a
go
name of
over
somebody.
and maul him.
Yeah. I don't hear a lot of help. I hear a lot of jargon perfectly enunciated.
You should talk to you should talk to Paul Jacobs.
Oh, who's he?
Wasn't he the angry bully guy in
I'll
the
give you
play
the
that
guy.
Billy wrote this morning?
I would like
Yes,
to
it
have
was.
JimNorton.com.
You can get it.
Can we listen to some Star Jones audio?
You bet we can.
Please.
We love Star Jones because she just babbles and babbles and babbles and babbles.
Everybody knows that I am a diehard Democrat, but I went to the basketball game to watch the NBA All-Star game. You know, it's sort of like our anniversary. We got engaged there. Oh, that's 2 years ago. And
the
I'm
beard?
sitting down, and a friend introduces me to George Bush, President 41. Okay?
No, really?
The senior Bush. Now, I don't like his policies. I didn't even care for him. I actually became giddy. I realized when you're in the presence of the president,
Does that mean
it doesn't
hungry?
matter. It's the president.
Did you do
So now this one who has interviewed everybody on this planet would never get giddy, and I kept trying to be Barbara go, try to have dignity, Star. Have dignity. And I go, how you doing, Mr. President?
She met a president.
Who hasn't in this room?
I gotta tell you, you do get a little giddy when you meet a president.
Oh, here he goes.
You really do. When you have that moment with one of the leaders of the free world.
When I opened up my Christmas card from Richard Milhouse Nixon, I got a little giddy.
Sure.
My signed Christmas card from Richard Nixon back when I was a kid. Very excited. Never met a president, though. No.
I met a president, and I was giddy for a little while, but then I put my arm right around him.
Secret Service wrestle you to the ground.
Click, click. Beat that, Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy
You
can't beat
still
that.
haven't beaten that celebrity
You haven't
photo.
beat the Clinton picture.
Not that one, no, but I will. I'll get it in volume.
He'll get a president.
No, it's not about volume.
It's about quality of
How about
celebrity.
would De Niro and Pacino together beat Clinton?
Do you have that picture?
That's
No.
big.
No, if I had that, you'd know it's
Wow.
going to be
Would
hanging
it?
behind you.
Would it?
I think the only way you beat a president is more
If
popular
one is
president.
fucking you up the ass and you're blowing the other.
How about if I got Bin Laden and Zarqawi and all three of us are doing Beastie Boy poses?
I would give it to you. I would give you the title at that point.
And then they chopped off my head and laughed at me.
Yeah. Wait, why are they laughing at this?
Oh, shit.
No, let's stay away from that. All right.
What, can I see it at least?
No,
Leave
don't-
him alone.
Don't do it to the guy.
Leave him alone.
And he said to me that he was getting ready to go to Dominican Republic. So me, instead of being dignified and asking something about world politics, I said, oh, you just want to get brown like me. And he, I honest to God said this to the president of the United States. And
Wow.
he said, if I could, I would. I liked him, Barbara. I really did like him.
Yeah, George Bush Sr. wants to be black. If I could, I would.
He does not.
He does not.
I mean,
He probably said, get away from me. It's not my stupid mic keeps
I don't know. The mic stand thing kind of went down there.
I'm sure someone behind the scenes got fired for not getting him out of that situation fast enough.
Oh, yeah.
Star Jones. That's the reality of the situation.
But he probably had no idea who she was. He's old. He's an older gentleman.
He doesn't care.
Probably asked what it was like to work with Naomi Watts.
Guys, I can't get enough of Tyra Banks. Now we're just going through shit in front of us here.
That's the beauty of having archives.
Tyra Banks.
I want everyone to watch America's Next Top Model. I can't get enough of this fucking show. Because you want to talk about another person that has a massive ego.
Massive ego, delusional, thinks the world revolves around her.
She browbeats these people
Ow.
that are looking to be the winner of the show.
Mhm.
And at the end of the show, you know how they have to vote someone off.
That's such an original idea.
Thanks, Mark Burdett,
on shows.
for setting us down that road.
Voting people off.
Voting people off. So at the end of the show, America's Top Model, you're looking at tens in this room every single episode.
Nice.
Tyra Banks stands in front of him. And it's not good enough that she just stands in front of him and browbeats the shit out of him, right? Saying like, look, I could tell from this picture, and they're looking at these pictures where they're just drop dead gorgeous. I could tell you don't want it. I could just tell.
But I do.
Look at your eyes. You're somewhere else. And these girls are perfect. She does this as she stands on a box, so she's taller than them. and looks down at them.
She stands on another model? Is that what you were?
She was Ellen. She'd be doing a handstand on one. You know, so her face is closed.
VH1 was doing, a rerun of one of the past seasons, right? And this girl that was getting kicked off, she's unbelievable how hot she is.
Yeah.
And this girl is losing it because she realizes she just got kicked off the show. And she's just crying uncontrollably, right?
We love the crying audio.
Uncontrollable. You know what? Maybe we could find that. Can we find that? The model crying her eyes out? They might rerun it on VH1. Crying her eyes out. This was a dream. She was born to do this. This is all she wanted to do with her life. Tyra Banks actually says this. This is very tough for me this week because I'm debuting my new music video.
Wait, tough for her?
Right. What makes it extra tough for me is because today I'm debuting my new music video.
Oh, and you can see it on eatabullet.com.
Just a plug whore.
You can, too.
No, you can't.
The new season of America's Next Top Model starts soon, and we're going to have lots of audio because I can't get enough of this show. And how she just talks down to people.
Do you like Tyra?
You guys. She's beyond beautiful, but between the ears, nothing. I think it makes her look ugly, Jimmy.
It's funny you should say that. I tend to look inside.
She has nothing inside.
That's right.
It's all about her. Because she's been told her whole life how beautiful she is. And
I mean, I tend to look inside. I mean, by opening the asshole.
Getting a little gaping.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's take a little look-see. So Tyra Banks on her other show, because she's the new Oprah. I mean, let's be honest here. She's just as good. She's terrific. She did a show on phobias. And she's...
I'm afraid of shows on phobias.
What are you scared of, Anthony? What are you scared of?
That's fun. What am I scared of?
Yeah.
I'm scared of the dark.
Jimmy, what are you scared of?
I have triskaidekaphobia. I'm scared of the number 13. No. I have kicked off the air again phobia.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Oof.
I have no phobias.
Can't pay the mortgage phobia.
Yeah. I have the, hey, Bob Kelly, could you help me move a phobia?
I'm scared of the ghost that greets me every morning, but I'm not going to talk about it right now.
There is a ghost?
I don't know. I think it might be my eyes playing tricks on me, but the hair stands up on the back of my neck, and I get that feeling like, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit.
Wait.
That?
Do you, when your hair stands up, do you only see this ghost in socks on a carpet?
Does he ever touch you and you hear a tick and get a little blue spark? No.
Your ghost is a faggot.
I'm scared. Like, I get pretty much the shit scared out of me every morning. Because I wake up and since we're ready to move, not a lot of things put away. A lot of clothing on hangers that are kind of around the room.
I thought I was crazy. Now we got to talk about this. Thank you.
There's one day, the treadmill and
holy
a
shit,
shirt
I'm not crazy.
And something behind it, all melded into one image of RoboCop.
Thank you.
In my room, ready to kill me.
I've been kind of debating if I should bring this up on the show.
Oh,
you just nailed exactly what I've been dealing with for weeks now. And I live in, like, it's 2 floors. I sleep in the basement, okay?
Yep.
I come upstairs every morning, literally seconds after the alarm goes off. I'm one of these guys, especially because of these stupid hours, you don't have time to kind of hang out in bed.
No.
Alarm goes off, bam, turn off the alarm, get up, and just go. So we're not late.
Do you bounce off walls?
Oh, man.
I get up and I have to make like a 90-degree turn to get into the bathroom.
Yeah.
Every day, the hip goes right into the fucking dresser. I'm almost falling down. You got like morning fucking hard-on sticking straight out.
You know how many times I hear this from downstairs?
But Jimmy would want to hear that.
This is what I hear from downstairs almost every morning. You all right?
Yeah.
But that would be a female voice.
Just,
you all right?
You okay?
You okay?
Yeah. Well, I get worried. You might hurt yourself.
Jimmy. because I'm banging into things.
Yeah.
I have bruises all over my legs.
I cannot swing that corner without having to friggin' put my arm up.
We're the stupidest people in radio, by the way, to start our morning careers at our age. This is like something you should start when you're in your early 20s.
You two idiots, wait until you're 34.
Oh, my God.
I'll admit to 35, all right? It is 35.
Old ribbon candy hip.
Anyway.
It's gonna take one fall and it's over, Johnny.
Every morning, so I go upstairs, and I thought nothing of it for months and months and months, but recently, 2 to 3 weeks ago, it started. I walk upstairs, just woke up, like I said, seconds, go up the stairs, and I see what I believe is a ghost on the couch. And then, boom, it just disappears. I'm like, holy shit, and I literally have the fear where someone kill me now. Like, just get it over with.
Yeah.
I was so fucking scared. The hair is standing up on the back of my neck, as they say. You just get that feeling.
You feel like an actual electric shock.
Yeah, you feel the needles going through your whole body because you're that scared, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God. And it was gone. I'm like, okay. Dude, it was happening every fucking morning. The alarm clock would go off. I was scared to go upstairs because I'm like, I'm going to see that thing again.
Room for one more, honey.
The ghost of parties past. Just one lonely ghost with chips and no seats for his friends.
My Super Bowl party was good.
I'm thirsty. Where are the beverages?
Oh, bring me some fruit from the corner.
I have to stand 'cause there aren't seats.
So
the ghost is probably scared of all the mice.
Mice ghost.
You electrocuted me. Well, the mice play into this, by the way, because then now I'm downstairs. It's the middle of the night, and I'm being woken up because I hear footprints upstairs. I'm like,
oh boy,
and now I'm half awake or half asleep, whatever. And you hear this, and I'm like, now the ghost is running around upstairs.
They'll
do
that.
I did some research on that. It's not a ghost. That's just the mice running between the ceiling of the downstairs and the floor of the upstairs.
But what do you see on the couch?
Just, it's a quick image like, oh my God, that is a person, and then poof.
But what is it? You still don't know, or is it clothing?
So it's going on every day, to the point I was so scared I'm leaving lights on at my age.
Yeah, I do
upstairs. I'm leaving the lights on. And know what I do before I go to bed now? Because this is the only thing I think it is exactly what you just described. Things are placed in such a way on the couch that it looks like a person. Like I prop my a pillow up when I'm watching TV. There's a little couch blanket that happens to be like this and hanging off the couch a little bit.
Now it's an arm.
And then there's a water glass that I left out the night before. So now all of a sudden
a gun.
All of a sudden, yeah, exactly. Now the ghost is holding the water cup. It all just lines up.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing I could think of. So every morning I'm like, oh, please don't see anything. Please don't see anything. And I walk up the stairs. It's been a thing that's been happening with me for almost a month.
Leave the light on.
Now I leave the lights. Not only do I leave the lights on upstairs, before I go to bed, I study the room and go, okay, could any of this shit look like a ghost in the morning? And I go, yes. That blanket.
That can.
I'm not even kidding. That blanket still on the couch like that looks like a person laying down. Nope. Throw the blanket behind the couch. That pillow has to go in another room.
Into a monster.
Now that pillow has to go into another room.
Now the ghost won't have a head.
Hang up all the fucking coats. Don't leave them on the leather recliner. That looks like someone just hanging out.
Or stop acting 4.
Dude.
It shocks you.
Thank you, because Anthony's with me on this one.
Look. I understand that sometimes a shirt on a hanger, if it's positioned right, will look like a ghost. I was half asleep one time, and my closet door was open, and I thought immediately there were 75 ghosts standing shoulder to shoulder, and I didn't know why.
And they were awfully thin.
Very close, single file line waiting to kill me.
That's right, a bunch of ghosts not looking at me.
Your first thought was, they need a sandwich. They're getting too thin.
Those poor
Some
ghosts.
of the things are like, it's only the position you're in, because like some of the items are 5 feet behind.
Right, but it all lines up.
Or the bad guy.
Right.
And then from right where you are, it lines up perfectly. So if you stand up, it doesn't look anything like it. But from laying in bed, right when I open my eyes, I see legs, arms, and a shady-looking head with... And there's someone standing in the room looking at me.
I am so glad you said this
Petrified.
today. It'll make me sleep better now. Because this has been something that's been driving me crazy. I'm not even kidding. I'm
Yeah.
like, am I seeing shit? And it only happens for a split second because your eyes are just starting to focus because you just got out of bed.
I don't like walking into a dark house also. When I walk in, I like having a light on. My electric bill's ridiculous because I do leave a lot of lights on all the time. Our light bulbs, now that we're moving, I have one light bulb left in what is considered like the family room where the TV is and the couch. There's one light bulb left in the vaulted ceiling because I don't have the pole to change the light bulb. And there's only one that's left burning. We're going to leave. When we finally do move, there's not going to be one bulb working in this house because we just leave the lights on all the time.
I have my place dark always.
You're a ghoul.
No, I never mind it. I'm not
Jimmy,
afraid of it.
you are the monster in the room.
I thought it was a ghost. It was just Norton jerking off on my couch.
Howdy. I drop by.
Hi, old
It would have been fun to go to the phones to see, but we can't do phones today.
No,
and
no
we still gave you
phones.
guys great radio. Look at that.
Why can't we go to the
are
phones?
brilliant broadcasters.
Go to the
phones have been broken.
This is
the
how radio
entire
works.
day.
We throw this out, and all of a sudden, wow, that sparks a thing in my head.
Someone
I
would
gotta call the boys.
and say, I woke up one day and blah, 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 or it was a real... I didn't give it any thought, but it turned out that it was a real guy in my house.
Right.
Plenty of stories the listeners come up with.
We touched an old nerve because the phone's every single line ringing. They all have a story about that.
And they're all labeled unknown, and you can't answer them. Thank you.
Maybe they're ghosts.
And one is,
ooh, stop
this
it.
was one of those things I didn't want to bring to the show. I'm like, people are going to just think I'm even more nuts than I am. And then you said what you said, and
which
and it
really
all
backs
made
up your
sense.
point with me saying that it's okay, because I see it. I'm the nuttiest guy on the crew.
And they got mice living within the walls. I cannot wait to get out of my place. And they are multiplying because there is a lot of them, man. I've killed 12. I can't kill them fast enough.
Today,
Are you still killing them?
Oh yeah, I got one a couple days ago.
Boy,
what
You're
day was
infested.
that? Tuesday or Wednesday?
They're
was
nesting.
The last one. Oh, they're in the walls. I'm not kidding. I'll even hit the wall sometimes just to show off. Like, listen to this. Hit the wall and they just start scattering. There's a lot. It is a real problem.
Good luck. Get the fuck out of there.
I'm trying.
And make sure
I'm
you
getting there.
boil your clothes before you take them over to your new place, or you're just going to take a roach over there with you, or a
getting
rodent.
there.
Do you have roaches too?
Haven't seen a roach in a while.
Yeah,
But you did have
you
them?
don't see them.
I haven't seen one in a long time.
Was one sitting on your couch with a derby,
I know, it's
a
got a-
cigar, going meh, meh. I go for my house inspection today to find a little walkthrough with the builder and go, that must be fixed. That must be fixed. Everything's actually done. Just making sure everything's
Get that mold
finished.
inspector.
It's done already. No mold.
The feedback. Jimmy's tits from whackbag.com. Opie, most people hear footsteps, not footprints, dumbass.
How do you hear a footprint?
I don't know. It was then that I was a ghost.
I was just very excited. I'm
I know,
sorry.
it's all right.
But then during the hardest part of my life, I didn't hear the footprints and realized Jesus was carrying me.
I saw only 1 foot, and I realized that Mabel King was Christ. Then again, she had no legs.
Another one from
I
Whackbag.
fucked up.
How long till Anthony
Stump prints in the sand is the poem's name.
Here's another one from Whackbag.
9 toes, and I realized Pat Munaki is Lord.
Another one from Whackbag. How long till Anthony shoots his imaginary person?
Can't tell you how much buckshot I put through my periwinkle shirts.
How many fucking pillows are just going to be all fluffed up like in True Romance? Honey, who is it? A pillow.
Very scary in these houses.
Oh, wow. A lot of people picked up on the footprints comment. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
That was my only mistake today, though. I've been keeping track.
There was one more.
All right. There might have been a few others.
It's your outfit.
My outfit?
That's right.
What's wrong with my clothes
Not
today?
an outfit.
It just clashes.
Ensemble.
It's a brown shirt and jeans.
Ensemble.
Can't get any more boring than that. All right. And we can't go to the phones.
That velour sweat jacket he's wearing is really bugging me.
You know what sucks? We really needed the phones today, too.
Yeah, we got a lot of good subject matter for callers.
We depend on our phones.
Boy, now we know what it feels like to have the phones taken right out from under you.
I know.
Jesus Christ.
Hope we don't pick up and have a Ramon guy yelling.
Ramon!
All right, whatever. All right, so here's Tyra Banks on our show talking about phobias.
Yes.
Now here, guys, the beginning of tomorrow's show, we could continue with this fine topic, because I know there's some good phone calls out there as far as this is concerned, because we really can't go to the phones, okay?
Bring it back up.
We'll bring it back up, or someone remind us. Anyway, Tyra Banks did a show on phobias on her new talk show, because she's the new Oprah, and she's terrific. And she has a phobia of dolphins.
Dolphins. Cute little animals. The dolphin.
Tyra Banks.
Today, my guests and I are coming face to face with our fears and phobias. Now, some of the fears that you're going to hear today may sound funny to some people, but trust me, from my guest and from me too, the fear that we feel is absolute terror. Now, people may laugh at my fear. My fear is dolphins. You think a dolphin is sweet? It's cuddly, but to me, they're not. And I feel anxiety and I feel panic whenever I'm confronting or even thinking about or talking
sharing
about
a subway with a
that's happening
dolphin.
Right now. I went to SeaWorld to try to conquer my fear. And here's a little feature.
That's terrific.
Right now I'm at the L'Auberge Del Mar Resort and Spa, and I came here a couple of days early because I needed to relax. I needed to kind of meditate because I really do have a true fear of dolphins, and I know I'm conquering that today, but I couldn't just arrive today and just jump straight in because that would freak me out. So I've been relaxing here, kind of getting into it, and I'm ready.
You hear that plug she threw out for the place? They probably gave her free accommodations.
Oh, of course.
The Lomare Resort and Spa. Is that important to the story? Your fucking awful stunted delivery?
She's another one that is just so full of herself and have people around her that just tell her how great she is that she doesn't see the ridiculousness of her phobia. It's dolphins. People have real fears out there.
You know what I'm afraid of? Blacks.
That's right.
Do you know...
At least Tyra can walk around Manhattan, and you know what? She's not going to run into a dolphin.
When's the last time 30 dolphins got on the subway car you were on and started fucking smoking and causing a problem?
Right.
There are so many... It's so easy to avoid dolphins your whole
Yes.
life.
You know what?
never have to see a dolphin.
Just in case, just stay away from SeaWorld and pretty much your phobia is cleared.
I'm going to bet you don't encounter a dolphin today.
Every time you eat tuna, just smile and think, that's right, dolphins are faggots.
Her fear is dolphins.
What a shallow
Out of all the scary shit in the water, too.
And she built a whole show around it.
The dolphin.
What a fucking shallow, non-existent fear. I wish she was afraid of, like, killer whales, and then she had her leg bitten off like Bo Derek and Orca.
Oh, it was a good scene.
I'm afraid of Richard Harris.
Who isn't? It's on my couch every morning when I wake up.
I try to face my fear. I'm afraid of girls tinkling in my mouth. I'm trying to
face it and overcome it every day.
That's right. I'm trying to drink my fear.
Well, here's the tease for tomorrow. We'll do the phobia thing maybe when we first start tomorrow. Rich Voss coming in tomorrow.
Ooh,
Rich.
Tyra is afraid of dolphins, and she has someone on her show called Christina who's afraid of anyone?
Wait. Butterflies?
Ooh, that would be scary.
Anthony?
I couldn't even...
Popsicles?
Oh, in the army?
Baby cocks?
The answer is...
Anteater assholes?
The answer is... pennies.
Pennies.
She's doing a whole show about her phobia, which is dolphins, and Christina's phobia, which is pennies.
I would like to shoot pennies at her with a wrist rocket. How much fun would that be?
We'll make her suck your dick and then pay her in pennies. A big bag of them. Here, beat us.
Over her head.
But my phobia is,
That's it. I'm out of here.